Well, I think I'm going to have to rethink this Halloween costume, mate.
I think you might have to.
Yeah, so audio listeners, you've got no context, but I'm sat here for... So I think I'm going to have to rethink this Halloween costume, mate.
Yeah. No, I would advise that it might be maybe not what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, so audio listeners have got no idea what we're talking about. But people watching the video version of this podcast might see, I'm like, what's that you're wearing? These are Chef Whites, and my Halloween costume is going to be Gordon Ramsay, because I've been told I'd look like him, and it just arrived before we started recording. So I'll put the Chef Whites on. I also got some like spray in like blonde highlight stuff. So, Gordon Ramsay's got blonde highlights essentially now, and it says 20 uses per can. I sprayed in half a can on my hair, and does it look like it's got any lighter?
No. And so I think I got a message while I was in work a couple of days ago from Karl of like, hey mate, like you dye your hair a lot, which of course I do. For anyone watching the video version, it's pretty obvious, but yes. I just advise Karl, if you don't want it to be permanent and having to dye your hair back brown or brunette, then that's going to be a rough one. Yeah,
so like I said, I got the spray for like, women who are going grey. It's like, you don't want to be grey, let's cover this up. It's done nothing to my hair. It's not even touched it, because my hair's so fucking thick that I don't think it's going to take well to dye. So I'm going to figure that out. But either way, yes, this is the Wiki Weekdays podcast. I'm your host, Karl Smallwood, or almost Gordon Ramsay. I'm halfway there, I suppose. Joined as ever by the lovely and luscious... Yeah, that's the one. Joined as ever by the lovely and luscious Lucas Holland.
Hello there.
Yeah, and this is a podcast where we scour... Yeah. This is a podcast where we scour the lumps and breadths of the internet, find a wiki on a subject we're interested in, bring it forward for discussion. And I was hoping to have my Halloween costume on, because this is the last episode that we're going to be recording of October. And I thought, my costume arrived. Making no sense. It's just... It's not gone well. I don't even got like the grease pencil. I need the grease pencil to draw I think maybe if I drew the lines into my forehead.
I was going to say, I think you'd come across okay. You've like got all of the wrinkles on your face.
Yes, so that's like the thing that I wanted to do, like to finish the costume off. But I need like my friend's got a grease pencil. We're going to draw the fight. So fortunately, people can see as well. Video watchers, this hairline is rock solid. As are like I've got like frown lines, but only when I frown. Not like Gordon Ramsay, where it's like the joke of it about Gordon Ramsay is you could hide a deck of cards in that guy's face.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I'm doing okay on the hairline front. I'm not quite the Karl, just like absolutely rock solid hairline.
So much hair that I put half a can of like fucking hair dye spray in it, and it's not even touched it. It's got lost somewhere in there.
I do have a like silky smooth forehead going on. Apparently, I've just never emoted in my life. I've still got like very little in terms of like I've got the tired eyes. I haven't got many wrinkles though.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate in that regard. It's like I think it was like Megan Fox. I think at one point was accused of having Botox because I got that glass porcelain skin, and she recorded a video of herself emoting to prove she's not had Botox. Just born lucky, I suppose. But yeah, so I think if I drew the forehead lines on and got fake tan, because Gordon's looking a bit orange these days.
A little bit.
A little bit. So I think I've got like some moisturiser with a bit of fake tanning. I think if I did that, put the lines on my forehead, and then maybe put some like talcum powder in there to lighten my hair.
Yeah.
Just lighten it a little bit.
Again, I was messaging Karl like, I don't know of any real way that you can go blonder without just actually doing permanent to your hair. Like, not to say damage, but like just permanent change to your hair.
Which is a shame, because I want to have more fun. I want to see how I have more fun on a weekend being blonde. But speaking of, like, just large and in charge, that thick coat of fur, we have this week's Pet of the Week. So for video watch, you're getting multiple treats. You've got me half cosplaying as Gordon Ramsay, and you've got Large Marge, our Pet of the Week. And Pet of the Week is a gimmick we like to do because we like people submitting pictures of pets, and in Large Marge's case, a cat they saw wandering around a park, submitting into our Discord for people to vote on.
I am going to call people out here. I'm going to call every fucker out here right now that we asked for any poltergeist submissions, and we got none.
Not a single person sent a spooky photo in. Do you know what, though? Maybe just ghosts can't be caught in HD.
Either ghosts don't exist, or everyone on the Patreon is fucking cowards.
They're a coward. The big scare, the big ghost, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, a gimmick myself and Lucas like to do, inviting our audience on our Patreon and our Discord to submit lots of pictures of your pets and animals you see. And Large Marge is the one that me and Lucas looked at. I went, that's the one.
That's the one.
That's symbolised. Like, you know what? That's the kind of colour I need.
You just need to be large and in charge.
Yeah, like whatever, like Large Marge. Like who's your stylist?
Gordon Ramsay isn't a big dude, but to be fair to him, like for a guy in his 50s, he does work out a lot.
Yeah, he runs marathons and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also very tall. He's I think he's just a hair shorter than I am.
He is in pretty good shape for a guy of his age and of his stress levels, because
yes.
Dude has worked one of the most stressful jobs for most of his life.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked 45 for 25 years.
Yeah. There's not many people out there that will argue that being a full-time chef, and obviously nowadays he's alright, but when he was working in the minds of the chef world, of the kitchens,
yeah,
that is a stressful job.
It is indeed, yes. So I think Gordon's he's come out quite well in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I just need to know. I need to know what is Large Marge's routine. How do I get the flex? I must get a wig. I'm sure I could buy a shitty blonde spiky wig, right?
Yeah, you've got quite a lot of hair to cover up, but you might just want to get a wig cap.
I had it shaved off as well. That's the thing.
Wait, what?
This is it's shaved off to have less on top.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were contemplating just shaving it off all the way.
No, because I know if I do that, it'll grow out and I'll look a chia pet. I can't be having that.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, in regards to our Discord though, so hopefully by the end of the week, Halloween, I'll have figured out the costume or what I need to do. I'm in Communicado right now with my friend who I'm going out with. It's we'll figure something out, don't you worry. I will be posting a photo of me in full Gordon Ramsay get-up when I get it figured out in the Discord, so, join it for that. I just want to speak
else. On behalf of everyone
Go for it.
That has hair troubles and it's
yes.
Fuck you, Karl. Oh no, I've got too much hair. I'm in such grievance. Oh no.
You know what? I always say it's about worst problems to have, right?
There's many worse problems to have, including not having enough hair.
Yes, having too much hair.
Yeah, and my genetics are trying to.
It's all down here, isn't it? Your hair's that thick it fell through your head. It's on your chin.
And to be fair, I've been using the hair drugs to try and regrow my hair and stuff, and it's been going well. But yeah, my genetics have been attacking me in my 30s, and it's not fun.
Yeah,
I'd much rather have your problem than mine.
So you got to you just look after yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You play the hand you're dealt. That's always been my motto.
Yep.
It's I'm a goofy looking motherfucker. I've got shit teeth and stuff, but I'm tall with a good head of hair, and that's enough.
Nice.
And I'm funny as well. That work. That counts for a lot.
Well, you're going to have to prove you're funny in this podcast now, then.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? So, Lucas, besides Pets of the Week and my half-ass costume, we've also got our big PPs. Speaking of playing the hand you dealt and worst problems to have, many of our Patreon supporters, our Patreon producers, we refer to them as our big PPs. If you would also like to have the problem of being a big PP, you can join our Patreon at the producer tier.
As I always mention, we have our PPs that are above us. I probably need to just go into the Patreon and change this at some point, because we've leaned into the PP joke so much that maybe we should just update, because we didn't want to put the tiers are weird names.
No,
but at this point we've mentioned it so many times on the podcast that maybe we should.
And it has arisen organically during the podcast, and I do like the idea of a Patreon producers being referred to exclusively as PPs.
The PPs are above us throughout the show, and then the big PPs get a shout out at the end, as well as being
they do indeed
throughout the entire show.
Our big PPs.
But yeah,
which is funny as well, because I've got the last name Smallwood, so it always sounds funny when I'm doing that. Again, another thing that's going against me.
And you can go and check out the link for the Patreon below if you want to be a PP or a big PP. But it is hopefully all gender inclusive. We're trying not to be too bad with that, but
well, no, I've had this conversation before where
it's just a silly joke, right?
Yeah. It's like the idea of big dick energy. I remember once I mentioned big dick energy in a fact feed video years ago, and I got a really smarmy message from someone of like, that seems a bit sexist to refer to it. It's like, big dick energy is, the term itself is so divorced from, it's not saying that someone has or does not have a big dick. It is saying that the person being referred to as having big dick energy carries themselves with the confidence of a person who has a large penis and knows it. You don't necessarily have to have one. It just means that you carry yourself in the same manner that someone who has a large penis carries themselves. You have big dick energy.
Yeah, it's just the
very
way
scientific.
It's the most scientific, I'm sure.
I think it is.
It's just about confidence levels. It's not necessarily about. It's not actually, despite the wording, describing any form of like genitalia or anything.
It's not a descriptive term.
Yeah,
in the literal sense.
It's meant to be a compliment in the sense of confidence levels.
Yeah, it's like little dick energy, or small dick energy, right? It doesn't necessarily refer to the size of the penis personality. It's just everyone knows, or like Napoleon syndrome.
I was about to mention Napoleon syndrome, right?
It's like probably like, the older version of the term. It's like it doesn't necessarily refer to someone who's short. It just refers to someone who's insecure about something, and that insecurity bleeds through into the way they interact with other people.
Yeah, it's like, as a person myself, I'm confidently 5'7", 170 centimeters tall. And I do not give a shit. And I have never met anyone that would describe me with, like, that angry Chihuahua / Napoleon syndrome energy. I'm like, oh, well, you're just a short guy. Because I just couldn't care.
Yeah, and the people who do, again, it bleeds into the way they interact with other people.
Yeah, and that's what it's meant to be about. But anyway, Karl, we're getting into the weeds things.
Yeah.
Mr. Ramsey...
the worst bit is I can't do a Gordon Ramsay accent. I'm really bad at his accent. I've been practicing. I can't nail it.
He's got a shit accent because he pretends to not be the person he is.
Yeah, he's got like a weird mix between like an English, a Scottish, and an American accent for American TV.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, as well, like he's really toned down like his mannerisms over the years. Yeah. Like, I still think though, like the one that gets me is like it's a fucking non-stick. It's got a non-stick. I can't do the voice crack, but. That line has stuck with me of just, in that moment, you can see Gordon Ramsay's mind break. When he just can't fathom the idea of someone not knowing what a non-stick pan is when they're a chef. Because he just looks at them like...
It's called a non-stick.
Like, I still think the best episode of Hell's Kitchen is when, like, midway through the service, Gordon Ramsay just goes to his sous chef and goes, I'm going home. They just walk out the front door and get in a taxi and go home. So I'm done.
Respect to unnamed person that I worked with, I guess, who got rotated too many hours and just walked out. I'm full respect to them. I've got other priorities.
I'm done.
Quitting. I'm done.
This is not a priority for me.
I was like, you know your value. Good job. Like, I don't. I need hours. But, yeah, I fully respected that person of just, I am not available for this many hours. Fuck you.
It's out, like, when I used to work in, like, a nightclub and stuff, I was doing, like, work nights, cleaning toilets, I know. And it's right at the cusp when I was, like, my writing was earning me enough money. It was earning me more money than I earned at that nightclub, but I was earning, like, 50 quid a week.
Yeah.
If that. And I was living in, like, I was literally self-surfing at the time, and just... My manager just looked at me and went, either Karl, because I think it was like go mop up a toilet, and I'd just come in brand new shoes. And I went, I'll do it later, but I'm wearing brand new shoes. Kind of like, you can either do it or you can go home. And I just thought to myself, like, fuck it, I'm going home then. And literally left my manager wallowing in piss. And just like got home, a bunch of phone calls, like, come back in right now, are you fired? But then as they got more progressively more annoyed, it's like they're apologetic of like, if you come in right now, we can forget about it. Of like, okay, it's not funny now, you need to come back. People are complaining, like, is that... Also, where'd you put the keys? Spoiler, I threw them down the fucking sewer. I was walking on, and I realised I had the keys on me, and I went, just threw them straight down the drain. Went, fuck it. Lock up with that, you brick. I just found out you had to stay there all night because there was no keys. And I got asked, like, where'd you put the keys? And I left them in the office.
It's just so funny. You hear, obviously, like, a lot with, like, union talk and stuff of, like, companies realising that, the actual value is the people that work for us. And just when it's like, yeah, okay, we just left. We all just left. We're on strike.
Just do it yourself.
Yeah, but we won't be able to do anything. It's like, exactly.
Maybe you should pay us.
Won't be able to make any money anymore. Oh God, it's so cathartic to hear those stories, right?
Yeah, it's like I said, I've only experienced it once, and it was one of the best days of my life. Like, I just went straight home and like, I didn't care. In that moment, I just didn't care because it was so cathartic to know that my boss, who'd just been a massive prick, was just panicking. And I knew that they probably got reamed out of like, what happened? What happened to half the staff? It's like, oh, well, Karl left. It's like, what do you mean Karl left? Like, who locked up? Who opened up the next day? No one did. It's like, where are the keys? We don't know. Do you ask Karl? No, he's not answering his phone because I fired him. Okay.
And they became what, Karl?
What's that?
They became Panicking Skywalker.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but it was very satisfying.
It's honestly one of your favourite terms that I use all the time.
Oh, Panicking Skywalker.
Panicking Skywalker. I use that to people that aren't familiar with the channel, and it gets them every time. It's
one of my favourite like little turns of phrase that I came up with. When people are like, they're panicking, it's always Panicking Skywalker.
It's a great
It's a fun one. Yeah. But either way, Lucas, we've established the format, and we had a little bit of that banter that people do so love. What wiki have you brought for us this week, and is it Halloween themed?
So I asked people last week, would people rather me, talk about something spooky, talk about something not spooky, and a few comments that we got in reply to that were saying, please don't do something spooky. So I have, listened to that feedback, and I've gone, okay, what is something that instead is like potentially spooky, but actually just a little bit ridiculous?
Okay, so lay it on me. What wiki have you brought forward?
So I have brought a wiki of one of maybe the sillier, and I would argue sillier, Batman rogues. And
okay, well, they're all silly, realistically.
They are all silly, but some of them can be pretty terrifying. Yeah. But one that I always, apart from in one movie, thought was pretty silly was the Penguin.
The Penguin's a great villain, because it's just, what's his gimmick? He asks you riddles. It's like, Batman, just throw him away.
Well, he doesn't.
Does everyone just throw him away?
Hang on. He doesn't ask riddles. That's the Riddler. Come on.
Oh yeah, sorry. Why was I thinking the Riddler?
I don't know.
I don't know why my mind went to Riddler. Penguin then. Penguin
instead of little guy with a shotgun.
I don't know why I went to Riddler. In my head, when you said like, oh, he's scary, it says not one game. I was thinking of like the Batman, where like it's the Riddler's gimmick is shooting people. It's like, riddle me this, terrorism. It's like, damn, that's a good riddle.
Yeah. No, I have not watched The Penguin yet, where apparently an unrecognisable Colin Farrell is the Penguin.
I don't get it. Just hire someone who looks like that. That's what they do with Danny DeVito, right? Just hire someone who looks weird.
But Danny DeVito as the Penguin is pretty terrifying.
It's the perfect casting.
Bites a guy's nose.
Yeah. Is it the perfect casting of like, why just find a weird dude who's an actor?
Just find a small guy that can be terrifying, and it's like, yeah, just get Danny DeVito.
And then the answer is like, there's no one in Hollywood who's not conventionally attracted by Hollywood standards. There's no weird little dudes anymore. What happened to all the weird little dudes?
Like, Danny DeVito is still the little weird dude, as, Frank Reynolds in Always Sunny.
Yeah.
He's literally the little weird dude.
It's what's put me off watching.
All respect to Danny DeVito.
Yeah, we're not saying he's in a bad way. I love Danny DeVito. I love like when Hollywood just casts guys. It's great. Mm-hmm. I'm a guy. Like, yeah. It put me off watching the Penguin. When I was looking at like every trailer, I was like, look at the transformation Colin Farrell did. It's like, is it a good show though? Mm-hmm. I was like, look at what we did to Colin Farrell. I don't give a fuck what he did to Colin. It's called makeup. It's existed for 100 years. Is it a good show? Just hire a guy.
And I will have to mention as well that get their is I always get their name, and Kristen Milioti, who plays Sophia Falcone. And
I have seen a lot of people be like, she's hot as fuck. Is she coming back for the set now?
Probably people will remember them most, I guess, for like playing the mother in How I Met Your Mother. But they've been in a few things that they're great every time I see them. And people have just said that them in The Penguin is phenomenal.
I've heard that as well, and everyone's talking about like she's never looked hotter than like they've kind of made her look a little bit of a mess, like a little bit. And I've seen like the behind the scenes shots where in the out. It's like, yeah. And she's acting circles around like Colin Farrell, which makes sense. He's acting under like 40 pounds of makeup.
Yeah, like apparently they just are acting phenomenally as well.
It's almost like it's hard to act under all that makeup. I also hate like they've done this like at least twice I'm aware with Batman like centric characters where they have to like earn the iconic part of their costume because seemingly the makers are embarrassed of them having it, like in the Gotham show. Where
the Gotham show,
Commissioner Gordon didn't get his mustache until like the 4th season because he'd not earned it yet. It's like, why can he not just have a mustache? And similarly in the Penguin, he doesn't get the top hat until like the last episode. It's like, why can he not just be a weird guy who wears a top hat?
It's like they have to have an origin story for how like
for the top hat.
Penguin gets a top hat and how he gets a limp and all this, and then they have to have
why can't he just be a weird dude?
Why like the Joker becomes the Joker, but then they can't use the term the Joker. So then he's like a weird dude that's kind of like the Joker and then dies after he gets his fucking face punched off. And then his twin then starts becoming a Joker-esque character, but they still can't call him a Joker, and Gotham is a mess.
The funniest thing about all this is like they're embarrassed to have people wear these silly costumes when the end of that series is going to be a billionaire ninja furry beats them up. It's like, already an inherently silly premise.
The picture that I have right in front of me now, as I'm on batman.fandom.com, is from like, you know, the I think like the Silver Age comics, and it is
monocle.
A monocled, top-hatted, like small fat man using an umbrella as a fucking helicopter.
Yep. I don't get it.
And wearing away into the distance. It's like, come on.
I am consistently baffled by studios' insistence on sticking to the Surf Dracula format. And for those of you out there who aren't familiar with the Surf Dracula trope, it is a trope coined by a user on Twitter many years ago who opined that if there was a show called Surf Dracula made in the 90s, it would be 22 episodes and he'd be riding that surfboard every week.
Yeah.
In the modern day, Surf Dracula is a 8-episode miniseries where he surfs in the last 5 minutes and then it gets cancelled and you never get another season. And it's bore out as true for every fucking show release. So like the Penguin show, even though they put Colin Farrell in 90 pounds of makeup, I'm aware of the fact that the last episode that's when he gets the top hat and the cane. It's like,
oh, no.
Because he has to earn the look.
Oh, and similar to it must have
I'm
been
not sure
Gotham.
how it, but I've heard like reviews of like for people like why a show so insistent on sticking to this thing of the character earning their comic look? Why can't they just walk in wearing the outfit? Because they're weird.
Obviously, part of it is credits to the like, you know, end credits teaser or whatever you want to call it at the end of Marvel films.
The MCU
like,
stuff, yeah.
But
even in those, Iron Man's still wearing the Iron Man costume.
So it was like
Captain America still wears the Captain America costume throughout that film.
Of course. But like the Batman had that Barry Keoghan Joker like at the end, and it's like you had not the Riddler because that character was not the Riddler. They just were
Lucas,
not playing anything.
Riddle me this: terrorism.
Bombs.
Solve this riddle, Batman.
Solve the riddle. Bombs. Fuck you.
It's a great idea of like it's the ultimate like riddle. Shoot someone. Again, like why? I get they want you to go for a more grounded tone. I understand that, but recently I researched a script, and it was about how Heath Ledger became the Joker. And there's a bunch of fascinating behind-the-scenes information about that process. And something that struck me is when Christopher Nolan talks about when he first met with Heath Ledger. And the reason he talks about how I knew I was going to cast Heath in the role, because the first thing he said when I asked him about what he thought the Joker should be in a sequel to Batman Begins, like what would the Joker be in when that character viewed through the lens like of the universe I created, Heath Ledger straight up said, we should never explain the Joker's backstory. He should just turn up wearing that outfit, and it's never explained. And just trust that the audience gets it. And Chris Nolan's like, yeah, that's it. Why would we explain why he dresses like that? It ruins his mystique.
I adore the fact that the entire movie, every time he explains his origin, it's like a different fucked up origin, and you just don't know what to believe because the Joker just doesn't get it, whereas you'll see other
and Joe, what that is, that was directly from Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
That was Heath Ledger who suggested that. He said we should laugh at the idea of explaining the backstory, and Chris Nolan's like, we should write in the Joker to have, he should offer his own backstory and just change it every time.
Like, you'll see, I'll try and find an example in the edit, but there are examples of, like, times where it just turns out the Joker killed Batman's parents. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's the Jack Nicholson one, I think.
Is that the Jack Nicholson
Instead of being Joe Chill, it's the Joker, yes.
Right, yeah.
Well, think about, like, we talked about Han Solo in the Solo video recently for Fact Fiend. Like, do you know in that Solo movie, they explain why Han Solo's called Han Solo?
Oh, yeah, it's because he's going on a flight solo.
Yep. And they ask him his name, it's like, Han, what's your last name?
Do you have a last name? Oh, I don't have one.
Who are your people? It's like, I'm travelling alone. It's like, okay. Han Incel. Got it. It's it's so convoluted. Like, why do we need to know why his name... Can't his name just be Han Solo? That movie is
literally are like, oh, you're flying solo.
So you're called Han Solo.
We're just going to write Han Solo instead.
It's the antithesis to every good, like, storytelling trope for establishing a good character. If we're going to explain why he's called that, where he got his blaster from, they have a scene where he shoots first, they have a scene where they explain the fucking Kessel Run, they explain where he got the dice in his fucking ship.
Oh, God.
Why couldn't it just not be, it's space fuzzy dice, you don't need, no, explain where he got that. And when the Joker rocks up in the Dark Knight, it's like, where did he come from? He's always been here.
Yeah.
Why do you need to know? He's
like,
always been there.
Obviously, there's cool theories about maybe he's like some ex-military guy because he knows how to like
that's a popular one,
use explosives and stuff like that. Cool theory, but the film doesn't explore that, and that's better for it. Who the fuck is this guy? I don't know.
Also, just
no one knows.
You know,
he's just killing people, and he's chaos, and that's one thing that I don't like about the characterization is that I will admit I think he's too planned out because he constantly talks about chaos and he's got like every single thing planned out to the second.
That's the hypocrisy of the Joker. Yeah, he talks about anarchy and chaos where he meticulously plans everything out. And just a question for yourself, Luce, and the audience at home: do you find it incongruous to watch like this realistic quote unquote Batman movie and have the Joker turn up? Or do you just immediately buy it because of the strength of Heath Ledger's performance? Like, as much as Heath Ledger stands out, you think he'd stand out, right? But you watch the movie and just, you completely buy, okay, this is just the universe where he's there.
It just works. And, like, they're bringing very, very subtle versions of extreme characters, right? Like,
yeah. Well, I'd say he's pretty extreme. He's got the makeup. No one else in the series wears any makeup.
No, he's got the makeup and stuff, but like it's still toned down compared to comic, but like extreme Joker.
Yeah, he's not that bad. And when I was researching that script, there's a load of cool stuff with the costume designer, and Heath Ledger worked with the costume designer, Lindy Hemming. And one of the things they talked about is, okay, we want the Joker to feel real. We want to feel like he's always lived in this world. And one of Heath Ledger's ideas is, well, let's base his look on rock stars, like think Iggy Pop, Mick Jagger, where on paper their outfits are outlandish and they would stand out, but because they've worn them that long, you don't look at Mick Jagger and even think about what he's wearing. That's just Mick Jagger. The Joker should be the same way.
Like,
where
it feels weirder when you see Kiss without the makeup.
Yes,
right?
that sort of thing. And Heath Ledger's idea was, let's make it look like he's worn this outfit for years, and just it's never outright stated because don't explain it. Explain it would be stupid. Just infer to the audience he's been wearing this outfit for a long time. Same with the makeup, where the makeup is specifically designed and applied in such a way as to make it look like it's worn off, which suggests the Joker's been wearing it for a long time. It's never stated. You never see him put it on.
Well,
but you know that he's wearing it.
That it's been worn a long time. It's just that it's realistic in the sense that it wears off when he's exerting himself.
Yes, but it's also as well realistically weathered to look like he slept in it.
But,
and again, you never see him put it on, but you know that he must have done at some point. And looking at it, it must have been applied a long time ago. They don't need to have a scene of him picking out the makeup. I wear this mask so I can hide from people or something like that. It's like, just have him wear it.
Like, it's a really clever thing to do with the opening scene where they have all of them in the clown masks. And I think that is such a good bridge between having normal people in masks, and then the Joker's one step further, because he's just the guys in the mask, but he's got makeup instead of a mask.
Yes.
And like that,
and he never takes his off.
Yeah, exactly. That little like bridge between, I think, really helps sell the fact that realistically, a guy could just be like this and be one step further than the people who are robbing the bank.
Yes, and you also see as well the fact that it's worn off a little. Like I said, it's the idea that he's always worn this and no one noticed him until he started just, as I put it in the script, shooting a rocket launcher at the Batmobile on the news.
No one noticed them until they were wearing the mask.
Yeah. And think about, like, what is it, the Jared Leto Joker, where they literally write damaged on his forehead because they didn't think audiences would get that the Joker is damaged.
Are we allowed to just shit on Jared Leto from a great height at this point of like...
We can just sandbag that one, right?
Dude has crashed so many movies that the new Tron movie became more of a failure than the other two Tron movies that were also failures.
I do like, though, that clip of him walking into a screening, like trying to surprise fans at a screening, it's half empty. And you just see him in real time go, oh, you couldn't even find a full screening for me to do an impromptu Q&A at.
He might have been a lead for a movie that was so in demand that it got released.
It did get released twice
in succession, within maybe the shortest time frame of all time.
I'm wondering, like, in Morbius, do they explain why he looks like that? I bet they do. It seems like the kind of movie where they'd over-explain why the Morbius looks like that.
I would bet the Morbius movie is probably the quickest re-release of a box office movie of all time.
It might be, yeah. Holds that record.
I think it might be.
They should release it again to make sure.
And all of it was because of fucking memes talking about how shit the film was.
Yeah. Sorry, we went on a bit of a tangent there, but yeah,
we've gone on a massive tangent.
I cannot stand the trope of studios trying to make these comic book properties, but are seemingly embarrassed of them. And they don't want to put in the sillier elements until, like, quote unquote, they've earned them.
Because I fully agree that the Joel Schumacher movies and the Tim Burton movies, especially Joel Schumacher, the Joel Schumacher movies are just bad. They are bad movies, but at least they embrace comic books.
Yes, and they're fun.
Yeah, they are very fun. And they are bad.
And they're not embarrassed of the fact they're comic book movies.
Of like, the Christopher Nolan movies are the best Batman movies we have had. But Batman was a good movie. But like, Joel Schumacher at least embrace the camp of comics.
They're not embarrassed of the fact they're comic book movies. And you can say the same about the Nolan movies, where they had enough faith in the audience that the Joker can rock up wearing the full Joker makeup, edited to fit the tone of the universe, but he rocks up wearing it. You never have his backstory. You don't see him fall into toxic waste. You don't need to have him Jared Leto it and have it literally written on his forehead what his fucking boggle is. Just
like
they trust the audience to understand something's wrong with this man.
Yeah, the fact that you can point at the Danny DeVito Penguin and go, well, this is the most definitive on-screen version that we've got in terms of being accurate to the comics.
And visual, yeah. Visual-wise, it's as accurate as you want to get.
Yeah. Sure, fat Colin Farrell, cool. Weird Gotham Penguin that's 20 years older than Bruce Wayne. Sure.
That Gotham show is really weird because Batman's like little baby Batman, but all the villains are already established, which makes all the villains
it makes me off so much.
Like all these villains like beefing with an 8-year-old.
Yeah, all the entire rogue gallery are pissed off at this 11-year-old child.
Like they're beefing with this child. It's like, just knock him over. Just push him over. It's like you have like little baby like Catwoman and stuff in that, right?
Yeah, and of course
they have to have the moment where she's like sneaking and then she sees a cat and she pets it. It's like, we get that it's Catwoman.
I believe I didn't watch it past like season 2.
Oh, it sucks.
I believe that they couldn't resist the chance to put Batman in the end. I think Batman turns up in the last season, and that is entirely not the point of that show. It was meant to be the Jim Gordon show without Batman, and they couldn't help but end up with Batman in it.
No, I'd watch a Gotham show if it was actually about Gotham.
Yeah.
I'd also watch a Batman show if it was about Batman. I don't want to watch like the Gotham show where every episode is like showing Bruce Wayne walking on a balance beam as there's bats. I fucking know he's Batman.
Apparently, people showed up for the Penguin show. People enjoyed it.
I just couldn't get over it. It reminds me of... Do you ever see... I'd never managed to watch The Whale because the marketing for it is like, look, it's Brendan Fraser wearing a fat suit. It's like, okay. Tell me about the movie, though.
I think he put on a lot of weight for it. I don't know.
He's wearing a fat suit.
I think it might be a combination. He
gained a little weight.
Put on weight. But
I couldn't get past that advertising of like, look at the fat suit he's wearing. It's like, okay, but tell me something about the movie.
It's weird to know that marketing has gone all the way around where it's like, Brendan Fraser in the 90s, like, look how hot this man is. This man is the hottest man you'll ever see. And obviously the Mummy. The Mummy exists. Everyone in that is like, just look at this hot film. And also, the film's quite good.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to like, 2023 or 4 or whatever, and it's like, look how fat Brendan Fraser is. Isn't that cool? Go watch that film.
Like, do you ever watch, is it Boyhood? It's like, it took 12 years to make. It's like, is it any good? It took 12 years to make. Mm-hmm. What's it about? It took... I don't care how fucking long it took to make. What is it about?
It's quite similar with a lot of indie marketing right now, where it seems to be that the play is discredit as many people as possible and be like, one person made this. And then you look at the credits and it's like, well, one person made it with 30 contractors and a voice actor and marketing and other people. And it's like, the play seems to just be, well, look, one person made this. This must be great.
It's one
3
person's
people
vision.
made it. But it's like, okay. Sure, 3 people and their 50 best friends made it.
Well, weird one recently was, it was the Dave Franco Alison Brie movie, like the horror movie where they're stuck together.
Yeah.
Where like they were in interviews talking about like, we came up with this idea, and then someone came out and went, well, I wrote a movie that has the exact same premise a couple of years ago and sent it to you guys. And Dave Franco and Alison Brie are like, well, no, we didn't see that. And he goes, but I sent it to your studio, and the ending of my movie is people don't know, it's like a movie they get physically stuck together. The ending of my script is the main characters sat there listening to a Spice Girl song, which is a very specific thing to my history. The ending of your movie is them listening to a Spice Girls song, and you know as well that they must have ripped it off because the album they have in front of them is not the album that Spice Girls song is from. And despite that, they're like, we didn't rip it off. It's like, that's such a specific detail though, and all the marketing's like Dave Franco talking about, like me and my missus came up with this idea all on our own.
Wait, Dave Franco and Alison
Brie
in a relationship?
They're a couple.
Oh, okay.
Couple that steals together, stays together, I suppose.
I can't like Dave Franco just because I know how much of a freak James Franco is.
His brother.
Yeah. I'm like, I just by association, well, surely we can't trust Dave Franco either. I don't know.
But, people wondering, it's like, does James Franco's got a history of just like sliding into the DMs of very, very young women?
Well, like to the point where Seth Rogen is, film bestie, has just disassociated himself entirely.
Yeah, same with like James Gunn. Like one of the most like just out of nowhere dunkings on Twitter was when James Gunn responded to a random tweet about I think someone was messing up. Oh, is Jared Leto still after like college girls? And just out of nowhere, James Gunn's like, "Is he waiting that long now?" And never followed up on it. And it's like, James Gunn, and that tweet's still out there. That survived like the Disney purge, and it's like,
yeah, and obviously,
what a real one.
James Gunn went through a bad period with Disney where they resurfaced very bad jokes, which were
edgy jokes
made on social media when he was younger, and awful.
It could be worse. The person in charge of Twitter's doing fucking Nazi salutes on it now, so.
Yeah. Like, jokes in very bad taste.
Which he admits to, yeah.
Which is the
thing, right?
Yeah.
Display growth and empathy.
Very shit jokes that I shouldn't have made, and he's moved on from that, right? But when it's like, even that person is coming at you like, yeah.
It's more the fact that like the ball was like probably like a good couple hundred feet in the air. It's like no one's getting that. Like, James Gunn came in like he did the Halo jump out of the plane, grabbed it, and fucking dunked it right down on Jared Leto's head. And Jared Leto's like, "I'm going to my island. Going to my island with the Echelon," which is what he calls his fan base.
With a bunch of 15-year-old girls.
Yeah, he has his own island, and he goes there, and he calls his fan base the Echelon. Yeah. And he dresses like all in white robes, and he
basically becomes like Jared Leto fan Jesus, and
they have an entire weekend, and all they do is watch his movies. Must be like that's a weekend that gets longer and worse every time he does it, right?
I'm not even in a position to say that they do anymore, but allegedly they do more than just watch movies. And
just refer to James Gunn's tweet.
Yeah.
Sue James Gunn.
Don't watch Tron Ares. Don't watch Jared Leto. Yeah.
Anyway, it's a computer now that he can get you.
Karl. Oswald Cobblepot.
It's a great name, right? It's like the thing is, in the Penguin show, is he called Oswald Cobblepot, or they try and do that thing of like his comic name's too stupid? Do they call him like Osmond or something? You want to look it up? I bet they don't call him Oswald Cobblepot.
As far as I'm aware, they still call him.
They still call him Oswald.
I think.
Let's have a look.
But obviously, they are a Gotham City supervillain.
Nope, he's called Oswald Cobb.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Gotham then.
Oswald Cobb. It's like I hate that. I hate when they don't give him the stupid name.
Yeah.
It's like, it feels like they're embarrassed of it. It feels like they're embarrassed of the...
It's important to his character, because he is actually Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot, and he is essentially like, little rich kid. And the reason why he becomes a villain is because he's a little bit short and ugly, and his family disassociate from him and reject him completely.
That reminds me of like...
Why that's his supervillain origin.
It reminds me of a great tweet I saw of like, man, it makes you wonder, right, of the world would be in a very different place right now if Joe Rogan was 2 inches taller. If he was 2 inches taller, he wouldn't be as insecure and as much of a prick as he is. And that means he wouldn't have had like his weird like podcast like alt-right turn, which means he probably wouldn't have got Elon Musk, which means he wouldn't have had like all that. If he was just like, 2 inches shorter.
I guess I've got to
be 2
inches
taller, sorry.
I really have to just be happy that I guess, at least so far in my life, as a short person, I haven't had my full villain turn into like the weird right-wing arc because someone called me short one day.
Yeah.
Of like, literally, that's the Penguin, is essentially his family didn't like him because he was short and had a weird nose. And he became a full villain. He became a sane, very notable, by the way, very sane person on his rogues gallery, Batman's rogues gallery. Like, most people are completely insane. Penguin is just a rich, short asshole that doesn't like getting called out.
I love the idea as well.
And becomes a Batman villain because of it.
It's the best thing about like early Batman's rogues galleries, where like, it is literally just I had one bad day and now I'm a supervillain.
Like, he is an enemy, one of the biggest enemies of the Batman.
It's like why,
and he's just a dude. It's just a short guy.
It's like, what is it? One of the Joker's origin stories is that he was a comedian and he bombed on stage. I think
it was in Gotham. Yeah.
Is it in Gotham? And then in Joker as well, they also do this of like, he was a shit comedian and no one laughed at him. It's like, I guess I'm going to go shoot people now.
I guess I'm just going to kill Robert De Niro because he didn't laugh at my joke.
You could also try writing better jokes. Have you thought about that?
It's obviously
it's such like a ridiculous escalation. So when you break down what actually inspired the Joker in that movie, it's like he just wasn't funny and he couldn't deal.
Yeah. It's King of Comedy, right? I'm just double checking.
That's the movie that he ripped off, yeah.
And the Joker movie is just King of Comedy, but mental illness is used as an excuse, and it's just they just get Robert De Niro into, essentially even give credit to the movie of King of Comedy. And he's like, oh, we brought you on to make fun of you, not because you're funny. And the Joker, instead of doing what usual sane people do.
You should do what the Hawk Tour Girl did and just live it, right? Get your 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
Like, do your rug pull.
Go do some crowd work, get some TikToks out there, get some social media posts, gain some
hone your craft,
work on your joke.
You ask any comedian. Every comedian's had a bad set. And like not every and just the Joker's like he has one bad set and it's like, I guess I'm gonna do a whoopsie-doopsie did a terrorism.
I'm just gonna kill everyone.
Shows he's a pretty shit comedian, right? Every comedian you hear talking about, it's like even the best comedians talk about having like, I've bombed. I've just I've gauged the wrong crowd or just told a bad joke or just the energy in the atmosphere wasn't there.
Well, we're talking in 2025, Karl, where a lot of big comedians have made one bad set of playing in just fucking
let's go
comedy festival.
Let's go do like the Saudi comedy festival.
Just fucking, oh god. I just want to dunk it on Aziz Ansari. I'm sure they've all got shit excuses, but when he's there and he's going, oh well, I did it for the greater good, and realistically I'm going to use that money to contribute to charity, and then the charities turned him down because it was like he was trying to put money into,
he's trying to wash it, he's trying to wash the money
he's trying to use that money to apparently donate to human rights charities.
Yes. And they've turned the money down because that's what principles are. It would be against our principles to take this money. Do you know what principles are?
Literally goes against human rights.
Yes,
that is blood money.
And it's really funny as well because you mentioned I'm doing it for the greater good. It is fascinating to look at interviews with comedians and they talk about what they do as if they're actually making a difference. It's like, you're entertainers. You bring a lot of good into the world. They talk about it as if I mentioned Joe Rogan earlier. There's an amazing video by The Elephant Graveyard. It went viral a few weeks ago. I went through the entire back catalogue. They're incredible as a content creator. And they have this whole thing talking about why are comedians like this? And they have this montage of it's Joe Rogan mentioning there's only probably 250 people on planet Earth who can do what we do. And then it smash cuts to his one of his sets and it's him humping a stool. And in his head he thinks that we're speaking truth to power. And it's but here's the montage we're speaking to the head of the NSA and Donald Trump. It's great. Or Jerry Seinfeld, a thing with him where he's asked of what, do you do any charity work? And he legit responds of I think creating Seinfeld is enough of a charitable contribution to the world. It's get over yourself. So you made some good comedy, but you didn't. They act like it's the world changing. It's fascinating.
I don't specifically know about Seinfeld, but based off his,
speaking of liking young girls,
comedy. Yeah. I mean, but based
Joey dated a high schooler when he was in his 30s, and he picked her up from school.
A 17-year-old.
From school.
Yeah.
From school, and when he was asked about it, he says, "I don't see a number. I just see a person." It's could you have worded that any creepier, Jerry?
But yeah, as far as I'm aware, he didn't write Seinfeld.
No, it was Larry David. Larry David wrote it.
Oh, with West Wing fame, yeah. And
Curb Your Enthusiasm is what I know.
both, right? Yeah.
Maybe. Do you write West Wing? That's a hell of a turn for a comedian.
Was he on West Wing? I don't know. You just riff while I check.
I'm pretty sure Larry David is the comedian. He's known for Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I thought, is West Wing not the comedy?
No.
I think I'm
West Wing's like the political drama with Martin Sheen.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm just thinking the wrong thing.
That happens. But yeah, it's fascinating, like watching all these comedians talk about like they are so high on their own supply.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld obviously is just like not a funny person that happened to land in the greatest role of their life.
Well,
right?
There's a great thing in that Elephant Graveyard bit where he chronicles, like, here's Jerry Seinfeld being salty for literally several years about people not laughing at a joke. Mm-hmm. And he tracks over multiple interviews, just Jerry Seinfeld recounting this joke that he told that bombed, and then recounting it multiple more times in other podcasts. And it's like, this guy's a billionaire, and he can't get over the fact people don't think he's funny. Or Joe Rogan, where Joe Rogan, in his own comedy club, where you're not allowed to take phones, you're not allowed to film, he has a bunch of like comedy albums on the wall. And in between George Carlin and Robin Williams, he put his own comedy album.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then he put the guy, Elephant Graveyard points out that in a later video, he took that down because people were clowning on him for like, do you really think you're as good as Robin Williams?
Honestly, I've got to respect it because at the end of the day, like, I'm in the same boat. I just fell into Fat by accident, knowing you. And I'm just like, cool, yeah, I'll ride those coattails.
But it's fascinating, though, to like watch like how much comedians like think of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, like, to the point where it's genuinely like fascinating from a psychological standpoint of, oh, you buy this. Like, so yeah, the stuff from Joe Rogan where they talk about how like, here's him because he's built this like weird cult around himself, where he sat there and someone legit asks him, so how many people alive do you think could kill you right now? And he's like, less than 100. And everyone's like, yeah, that sounds about right, Joe Rogan. 5 foot tall, 50-year-old Joe Rogan. He's like, there's 100 people on planet Earth who could kill me. And he's convinced that that's true.
I found it really funny. I don't know what social media it was on.
Okay.
And it unearthed a Michael Jai White interview.
Okay.
And it was talking about it's Steven Seagal, right?
Oh, yeah, Steven Seagal. He also thinks there's 100 people on Earth who could kill him.
Yeah.
Less, probably.
And Michael Jai White says to the interviewer, I think you could beat him in a fight. He's like, genuinely, the dude has never fought a person for real, ever.
Yeah. Well, Steven Seagal movies are fantastic because there's one where he gets out of breath walking across a room. And there's one where like, he got so fat that all the fight scenes take place with him sat in an office chair.
There's one where there's a fight scene in the chair. In
an office chair, yeah. Like, there's even one where he uses a stunt double to walk upstairs. It's great. And again, he's convinced that he's a super mega badass.
Meanwhile,
it's hilarious.
You've got the likes of fucking Jackie Chan who uses the stunt doubles to do the boring bits.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I bring it back to comedians of like, it's not that serious. Like the Joker even says so, right? Of like, why so serious?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. If the Joker movie was realistic, he'd have started a podcast.
Oh yeah,
he'd have gone on Joe Rogan. He bombed in a comedy set. Better go on Joe Rogan and just pivot to racism.
I do actually think that's one good thing about the Batman movie. I'm very critical compared to most people on that movie, but the fact that the Riddler actually just uses like these weird fucking like 4chan-esque forum rooms and shit to gather people and to like kind of create like this movement. I actually think that's quite representative of the modern times, right? Like, yeah, I think they did that quite well.
The idea that you can like get disenfranchised people to get behind a movement that they might not necessarily agree with, but they have an anger, a frustration, and if you can somehow manipulate and channel that, like that could be quite dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's intentionally trying to kind of make a commentary on like that right-wing rabbit hole. I presume it is, but you know, I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but
my guess is that the writer probably thinks so, but the producers told them not to talk too much about it because they don't want those same right-wing rabbit hole weirdos to complain about the movie.
Exactly, but it does represent that quite well of just well, how is the Riddler like a menacing character? It's like, well, he kind of just went into forums and convinced a lot of lonely people to shoot Batman with shotguns.
It'd work. Like, Batman's good, but if everyone just started shooting with shotguns, it'd probably stop being Batman pretty quick.
It nearly worked, right? Yeah. I, as much as I don't think that's a great Batman movie, I think it's an interesting movie, but
I just giggle every time it's like riddle me this terrorism. It's like, damn, that's a good riddle.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with just a classic caper, stealing a bank vault?
Exactly. Like, why can we not have just the Penguin being Danny DeVito and buying people's noses off?
Also, think of, like, the Joker, right? Of, like, that's probably the most grounded Batman movie. What does the Joker do in the first act of the movie? He robs a bank. A classic. Yeah. What's wrong with the classics?
Mm-hmm. And is a comic book movie that feels even... Oh, apologies, I burped a little bit. Even more afraid of being an actual comic book movie than even the not comic book movies we take the piss out of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Batman is so afraid of having anything comic book in it. And it pisses me off because of that.
As I said, it's frustrating, like I said, not embracing the comic book aspects. Like, you're happy to borrow the trappings of the medium, but not the stuff you, as a creator, see as silly. Like, what's the one we always bring up? X-Men. What are they wearing?
Yeah.
What do they wear in that first X-Men movie, Lucas?
Oh, well, do you expect me to wear, like, yellow spandex? Like, yes, I do.
Yes. I wouldn't expect you to, if you were making a random movie about, I don't know, a team of people who, like, team up to save the day. No. You make an X-Men movie, they wear yellow spandex. It's like, well, what do you want? Do you want the Penguin to have, like, a top hat on and a monocle? In a Batman movie, yeah.
Yeah, like, they still have to, because it's a Batman movie, have the Batman in a fucking full body armor Batman fursuit with, like, I was about to say eyeliner, but probably eyeliner.
Yeah, he puts
and, like, a bunch of, like, eyeshadow and makeup and shit. With, like, you see the emo, like, Robert Pattinson without the armor, like, the black eyes around.
That's a strong look. I'll give him that. That's a really cool visual.
Robert Pattinson is always going to look attractive. But, like, you've got all of that, and then your enemy is a guy.
It makes it seem like overkill, doesn't it?
Media.
Like, really, okay. It's why you need, like, the more theatrical villains match Batman's level of preparedness. Like the Joker, when he rocks up and he's got an army of people wearing clown masks and he's firing rocket launchers out of a truck with a big clown face on it, and like slaughter is the best medicine. Yeah, Batman's like turning up in like a tank makes sense. When Batman's rocking up in like full military gear with like he's got a fucking Ferrari with or a muscle car with a jet engine strapped to the back of it. Who's the villain? A guy. Is that not overkill? It's like, Batman, just run him over.
Yeah, because
just real fast.
Where the Nolan movies make it a bit more grounded, it's still, as you say, the Joker with a bunch of goons, or it's Bane who's running an underground society and ripping things apart and blowing up entire stadiums and shit.
It justifies Batman's overpreparedness, because otherwise you just have, which it's like a visual that I don't think they think about all that much, or it's not intentional, of you have a billionaire beating up the mentally ill. And I know Batman fans hate when people say that, or they sum up Batman media as that, but it's really hard to not say that in the more realistic, grounded movies, because even if you just break it down to its base components, it is a guy who has every possible advantage it is capable for a human being to have against a guy.
That is one thing that I do enjoy about the Penguin, though. Is that, like, say, for example, his abilities. His abilities here are, like, you know, genius level intellect, business management, avian trainer, leadership. And it's he's a sane guy that gets picked on a little bit and decides to become this, like, criminal overlord.
He overcompensates. Like I said, a more realistic version of all these villains would be this start a podcast.
Yeah.
And start selling supplements.
Pretty much. Like, he's just a guy with money that gets pissed off, and that creates a Batman villain. And everyone else is like, the Joker and shit like that.
But he gets theatrical with it. That's the thing. I appreciate the theatrical aspect. It's like Batman is an inherently theatrical hero. You need villains that match that swag. Otherwise, like I say, it's just guy in military battle suit kicking the fuck out of someone who's got no chance.
Yeah, it's why I absolutely adore the Batman Returns version of I shouldn't have a nostalgia for a 15 rated movie when I was 3 years old, which I do. But just the idea of Danny DeVito with an army of penguins with a giant rubber duck boat becoming a supervillain. It's like, yeah, sure.
It's like, that's the universe I want to see. Like, do it.
Yeah.
Embrace it. And if you think it's too silly, don't put him in your movie or your TV show. Like, if you're embarrassed of like the sillier aspects of the original source material, maybe contemplate why you're making it. If you're embarrassed to like reference any of the original stuff, what are you doing?
It's interesting though, because it does mention here in the wiki that actually the Penguin was kind of just a small dude that was pretty conventional looking and maybe looked a little bit weird, like with the nose and stuff, until the Batman Returns movie. And then that's when they started leaning into him being more kind of grotesque and penguin looking. So Batman Returns actually had an effect on the continuity of Batman comics, because they saw that Danny DeVito characterization
like hell,
and leaned into it.
Well, there's a couple of examples of that. One is the X-Men movies. Like, we shit on the X-Men movies of, like, at least the initial ones of not wearing the costume. Do you know one aspect of the costuming that has been translated to the comics? Because they realise, oh, holy shit, that's awesome.
No.
Magneto's helmet blocking Professor X's psychic powers. That was never a thing in the comics. They came up with it for the movies as an because they thought jokes, ironically, as a result of them trying to ground the universe. It's like, well, why would Magneto wear a helmet? It's like, let's say it blocks Charles Xavier's psychic powers. That gives us an excuse for him to have the comic book look, while we can still ground it in the universe. And the comic book writers liked that explanation so much they folded it into the comics.
And I guess also just like, why would you not? Because how can you write around the fact that, oh yeah, Professor X could just change his mind at any time?
Yeah. And usually in the comics, it was just Magneto mentally so strong. But I thought, well, that's difficult to get across visually. Let's just say the helmet blocks the psychic powers, and as a result, we can make him wear a helmet that looks like comic accurate. Like,
oh, that's cool.
So, as much as we shit on that idea of like not embracing the comic book stuff, sometimes it does result in some interesting like workarounds.
No, yeah, I'm always for, interpretations giving influence back to the comic books and having, if there is a good idea that is displayed that is different, utilize that, right?
Yeah, or just translate some aspects from the original source material into something that better fits the medium. Like a Joker, like Heath Ledger's Joker. He doesn't wear the full-on like Joker makeup. He wears an interpretation of it that is still understood to be the Joker's outfit.
Yeah. And obviously there's been many interpretations of what the Joker's makeup even is, right?
Yeah. It's still some of the best, though. It's so good.
Yeah, but sometimes it isn't even the makeup, right? Because I remember like watching the Killing Joke animated version.
It's just his face is fucked up.
Killing Joke. And like the makeup that he wears is to look like a normal person, and then he like peels off the makeup, and it's the white Joker face behind it.
Well, it's like Harley Quinn, right? I forget which one of the Batman movies it is. I think it might be one of the Suicide Squads where just like, the Joker pushed Harley Quinn into like the horse cheers. And that's how she gets all the Harley Quinn stuff.
Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad.
No. She falls into like the big vat. There's a lot of vats in Batman movies.
I really would hope that more people go out there and watch the Suicide Squad or whatever the Harley Quinn movie was called, because they changed the movie name.
Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
That was it.
I can't believe I remember what it is. Fuck my life.
But Margot Robbie is a really good Harley Quinn that got stuck in a shit movie, and the James Gunn interpretation of the Suicide Squad, it was really fun and really good.
Yeah.
And obviously we got Peacemaker out of it as well.
We did indeed, yes, which is just like being going from strength to strength.
But Jared Leto decided to tank another franchise and no one went and watched that movie.
He's collecting them now. But I think it was Jenny Nicholson, like the content creator, who summed it up of like, is Jared Leto is Jared Leto a box office draw? No. Is he a good actor? Also no. Do the movies he stars in succeed? No.
However,
but they keep putting him in stuff.
The one thing I will always give them credit for is that I did enjoy the music videos for 30 Seconds to Mars.
And then you watch him, it's like, oh man, he really wanted. Like, you can tell that he's sat there in like the producer's chair, of like, I need to be in front and center in all these videos.
Just watching an 8-minute homage to The Shining while The Kill plays. Cool, I'll do that. But it's
you can really feel though that he wanted to be front and center in all those, right?
The man has poisoned the well. Yeah.
He's great. You've got to respect someone who's been like a shit actor, who's not a box office draw, who seemingly nobody likes, who keeps getting roles. It's almost commendable.
It's fantastic to see how much he ruined his own career, because people liked him at one point. I think it was, Angel Face in Fight Club?
People
liked him there. Yeah. People like Fight Club.
It's still good though, you get to see him get the shit kicked out of him. It's like, it's annoying that... in Suicide Squad, there's that film scene they never did of the reason Joker has damage written on his forehead and the hand on the back of his hand is because in that universe he killed Jason Todd and the Batman just broke into his house and beat him so much all his teeth fell out. I would like to see that scene.
Yeah. I really don't like the fact that they have the clearly like Robin outfit where Jason Todd died and there's no repercussions.
As well, I think I saw a great... something I never considered is... in the comic books, the idea that Batman will never break his rule makes sense. And the Jason Todd being killed moment tests Batman of, will this be the thing that breaks him? That doesn't work in the Snyderverse, because I cannot believe that Batman wouldn't go kill the Joker.
He blows people.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the idea that Batman didn't just go shoot the Joker is laughable. Because he's running people over in his car from second one of his screen time.
Like, that scene where they I credit Zack Snyder all the time for visually doing a good job of recreating panels from comic books. Dude, not good at making movies, but good at recreating comic book panels visually in movie form.
It's the movie equivalent of colouring within the lines. He's quite good at that.
Yeah, he's very good at that. He's very good at that, exactly. And he makes that Dark Knight Returns scene where Batman breaks into a warehouse and fucks people up.
Oh, yeah.
He recreates that very well. But Batman fucks those people up, and I do not believe that many of them are dead.
Yeah, and again, it's laughable that the Batman who's willing to like shoot people's backpacks wearing like people wearing flamethrowers and watching them explode and not caring or running people over in his car would let the person who killed his sidekick get away with it.
Mm-hmm. And I meant to say aren't dead, by the way. But yeah, he murders a lot of people in that warehouse. Like, the amount of necks that he snaps by like shoving them into certain surfaces.
I think something that made me giggle is like, oh yeah, that does completely ruin any sort of characterization they went for. Of in the Suicide Squad, the David Ayer version, they have Batman attack Deadshot in an alleyway in front of his daughter, and it's like, if there's any character who's not going to attack someone in an alleyway in front of a child, it's Batman, and they have him do that.
Yeah.
Specifically, it's like really in the alleyway in front of the kid.
In the alleyway in front of a child.
You've got no thoughts about what this might do to the child's like psychological profile. No thoughts about how this might ruinously traumatize them of seeing their father get brutally beaten down in an alleyway. No thoughts about that, David Ayer. No thought about how that probably doesn't play well.
Oh God, it's so frustrating. And yeah, obviously, I mentioned the warehouse scene. I'm aware. In the Batmobile, he just blows people up.
They say he runs them over. He's getting combo points. He's playing Burnout.
He might as well be. Like,
it's hilarious as well, because he looks at Superman destroy a building. He's like, no one can have that power. Anyway, I'm getting into my rocket-powered battle tank and I'm running people over.
It's not even It's not even that. It's like Carmageddon, right?
Oh yeah,
where you get extra bonus points
for hitting people
down. Yeah.
Like Simpsons Hit and Run. If you put like one of those mods on that lets you actually kill people. What I say is, thematically, it's really hilarious to think that Batman's whole deal is Superman has too much power. No one should be allowed that. As he's sat there in his like billionaire like cave mansion running people over, it's like, but you're killing people as well. Like, should you have this amount of power?
Shut up.
Shut up. He earned it. No, he inherited it, but shut up.
He earned it by watching his parents die, so he's going to kill all the parents in the alleyway.
I'm glad that didn't happen to me. That also is, I hate that aspect of Batman's characterization in virtually every scene, like movie where it appears. Why do his parents go into the dirty, stabby alleyway?
Yeah,
you've got
alley.
Why is Al? He's called Crime Alley.
Crime Alley.
Why not go out the front and just get Alfred to pick you up?
I guess that it's like, we'll exit through the fire exit because we're interrupting the play otherwise because there's bats everywhere. But
why go to Crime Alley?
Why exit out of Crime Alley?
It's called Crime Alley. What was he doing?
And I don't know if it's always called Crime Alley. I'm sure it's not. But in some interpretations, they literally exit into Crime Alley and get killed. And then sometimes it's the Joker that killed them. So, fuck it. Why not?
Just get Alfred to pick you up. It's so funny. Because, like, everyone's like, oh, no, it makes... It really doesn't.
No.
It's important. And as well, every time they try and recreate it, it's like... It gets worse. The more you try and explain, the worse it gets. Keep it nice and simple.
Keep it nice and simple.
Keep it Spider-Man, like his uncle got mugged. Random crime opportunity, nothing you can do. But the Batman's mythos is so intrinsically linked with him watching a film. They have to have him leaving the theatre and going down the alleyway. It's like, but why would the billionaires go into the dirty, dingy crime alleyway when they have a butler who drives them everywhere?
Because even if they weren't allowed the doors, like, you would assume that Thomas Wayne is just slipping them a tenner.
Yeah.
And just, like, let me out the way.
Is there not Alfred on the day off? Really?
Alfred doesn't get a day off.
He never has a fucking day off. It's again, it's very funny.
It is very funny, and I like to think the same with Penguin. I know we haven't talked about the Penguin very much.
He's in the thumbnail, though.
He's in the thumbnail. He is. But just the idea that, like, yeah, small guy, looks a bit like a penguin, super rich, super asshole. Keep it simple.
The fact that in the show, they couldn't even call him Oswald Cobblepot. They said he's called Cobb.
Cobb. Good old Cobb.
Cobblepot's a name.
It literally is, right?
If it's not, fuck it, who cares? It's a TV show based about... Because every time I see people trying to take this serious, I just think, it's based on a comic book about a billionaire ninja furry who beats up people in an alleyway. It's like, it's not supposed to be this serious. You can have fun with it. And if you're not having fun with it, you can at least put the name in. No, if you have a serious grounded universe, people aren't going to laugh if it's called Cobblepot.
It's like, I get that on a technical level, The Batman is a better movie than the shit I watched in the 90s. But I have way more affection for the shit I watched in the 90s because, you know what? It's memorable. It did something.
It's fun.
It's fun. Like, do I remember Catwoman, played by Zoe Kravitz? Kind of.
Not really,
Do I remember Michelle Pfeiffer hamming it up and playing a comic book villain? Yes, I do. Do I remember Danny DeVito biting a person's nose off? Yes, I do.
That really stuck with you because you always specifically mention the biting of a nose.
I watched it when I was way too young.
The biting of a nose is always the thing you immediately jump to.
It horrified me as a child.
Fair enough.
But still, it stood out.
So like those Batman movies, I always liked because I like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know it's a terrible performance, but I always just like giggled at just. As well, people would give that shit of like, well, Mr. Freeze is like this character with a lot of pathos. Like, no, he wasn't. Not until the animated series, he wasn't. Initially, he was a guy with a freeze gun.
I don't remember whether they brought that into the 90s movie or not, Batman Forever or not.
The aspect of him trying to save his wife, that was carried over from the animated series, I believe.
That I know that became his origin after the animated series, but
and they did fold that into the movie
timeline. Yeah.
But when everyone always gives that shit for, like he's all the pathos of Mr. Freeze, like he never had that until the animated show.
No,
if anything,
literally.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's performance is more realistic to the comics, where he was just Quip Man with a freeze gun,
and as well, notable, similar to Penguin. One of the few people that are actually listed as a sane person within the Rogues Gallery.
Yeah.
Like, he is actually just a dude that is mentally okay and is fucking things up.
I love his branding, though. I love that like his goons are like wearing hockey outfits.
Do you like, though, that it's, I think his name was like Mr. Freeze as like some like European name, I believe. Like,
it makes sense. You're casting Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah. And
so
it's
I don't
just like
adapting the name.
Instead of Mr. Freeze as like a moniker, it was actually that his name was like something Freeze.
Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octavius, right?
Yeah.
All these, like as J. Jonah Jameson says, all these weirdos got to have a name.
Yeah. No, I just
I get it,
really
I have bad taste. I admit that, but I like what I like.
Yeah, no, I personally, I like the Penguin. I like Penguin in like the animated series, in the Arkham games. I'm not specifically shitting on the Batman version, but I would still rather watch the Batman Returns version. Because Danny DeVito was having fun with it.
Just the Batman movie, especially when it gets like the Penguin's lair, it just... I'm watching it makes me feel like I've got the flu. Like it's so dirty and dingy.
It's like the lair in Batman Arkham City or Night or something, where he's full on got like the ice lounge with like ice motif, and he's got like I think he's got like a shark in a moat around him before you.
I miss when villains had sharks in moats.
Yeah.
He takes it like we don't like. When are we going to get like a Bond movie? I hope the next Bond movie they go back fuck it with 60s style. I want villains with golden guns and laser beams and volcano bases. Give me that shit.
I'm still a massive fan of, say, for example, the Christopher Nolan trilogy. But I also do just miss when we're allowed to have fun with things. And I hope, like, people shit on Deadpool and Wolverine sometimes for being too out there.
Too fun.
Like, I kind of just... I want a mix. I want some serious stuff, and I want some fun stuff. But it does feel like most of the comic book stuff that we've gotten recently has just been not fun enough.
He's trying too hard to be serious. Which is funny, because why so serious?
Why so serious? Anyway, Karl, before we get into your wiki, is it okay if I just take a quick break?
Go for it, Monfrey.
So, Karl, we are back from our break.
Yes.
I hope you had a nice little tinkle, but other than that, I don't know if you have any housekeeping to bring with us.
Just, an annoyance. So a couple of weeks ago, I released a video I mentioned on, this very podcast and a couple of videos of the which sitcom dad is best at sex, like my attempt at a video essay style thing. This morning, I got a message of, even though it's been up without incident for about a month and a half now, one section has been copyright claimed by one of the claimants, even though I uploaded it multiple times, which means that in the 50-minute long video, for use of a 2 to 3 second clip, which is in the background with my commentary over it, they were claiming all of the video. So I edited that out and then checked it just during this break to see if the edit had been finished and I could, get making money for my content again. That seems to have opened the floodgates because now there's 3 other clips that have been copyright struck.
Got that.
And I have no doubt in my mind that once they're done, there'll be another 3. So, if you haven't checked that video out, I can't recommend it because it's probably all butchered and cut up by the end of this video. So what I'll be doing is tomorrow, later in the week, when I've filtered through all these, either re-uploading it or putting up a version that is not viewable and just linking it in the comments or the pinned comment of that video. Because that's just really frustrating.
I mean,
it's not even that...
maybe it's worth putting up the like unedited version.
It's on Patreon.
Patreon.
It's on our Patreon as well. So if you want to join our Patreon, you can find a copy of it there. Scroll down like till about September when I upload a version. But yeah, if you go check out that video, you're probably not going to see the version that I want people to see because it got copyright struck out the balls, and it's just so frustrating.
Sorry to crash your party. Is that like a paid version on the Patreon, or is that just viewable to anyone?
Yeah, it's the original version that I did as like all the clips as I wanted to present them. I had to edit around them for the version that was on FactFiend, and just month and a half later.
I was more just asking, like, if you put that as like a paid.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, cool. So just anyone from like the bottom tier, I guess.
I'm not sure what I put it as because it was like over a month ago now, but that's just a nice frustration right there. Of it's not even that they want to like, okay, less than 1% of my video is your content. I'd be happy if there was a system on YouTube of it calculates how much of a percentage you've used, and they give the claimant that percentage of your income they take every penny that it earns.
Yeah, if they turned around and was like, hey, this is 50 minutes long and you use 10 seconds of our copyrighted content, therefore we'll take that percentage.
Even if they wanted to round it up and say 10%, I wouldn't even try and like query it. It's like, it's not worth arguing.
It is literally everything.
Everything. They take every penny it makes.
Yeah.
In perpetuity for the rest of the time the video is online. And that's why I've gone through the thing of every time that happens with an old FactFiend video, I just remove it from the channel. Because I would rather it not exist than the idea that me using a couple of seconds of someone's video thinks that the copyright holder thinking it entitles them to all the money my content makes. I'd rather it not exist.
And if anyone is curious, that is on our Patreon, and I've just double checked. Anyone at any tier, if they're paid, then they can access that, or you can buy individually for £3.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're intrigued about our video and want to watch like the full version, then you can go in as little as I believe like £1 a month and go and enjoy that.
Yeah, it's just incredibly frustrating. And the fact it's a month later and it's a clip that I'm talking over as it's small in the background. Mm-hmm. So it's so obvious that it's being used for commentary and critique, and it's like, no, we want every penny it's earned.
I'm just going to call out Karl because I had that thing of like uploading a video and then like 2 days later it deciding to give the copyright strike instead of immediately. And the one clip that you suggested of the Hush villains from Buffy, the clip that I used
straight away
there, the music,
which is funny as well because it's an episode that has no dialogue. Point is, it's an episode that's completely silent and you got copyright struck. It's like, fuck off. I said in podcast 4, do you think we're stealing that 12 seconds?
I think it was like 9-second clip that I'd sped up a little bit, so it was 9 seconds long. The music from that made our entire video like unmonetizable.
The worst part as well for this one is Everybody Loves Raymond. That's a shit. Why would I want to steal that show?
Like a show by Remind, I couldn't find a place to stream it. Like I literally couldn't give them money to watch it.
It's fucking annoying.
In my country.
That's my frustration.
Nah, fuck you.
Again, why do they take everything?
Everything. I'm sorry that we've bitched and moaned at you, but I will also just mention as well, like, it would be fantastic if people could, like, share the videos or join the Patreon or whatever, because, like, currently we have less views because of whatever algorithm
change.
YouTube,
yay.
That's happened on YouTube.
Complaining and complaints, I feel valid when I don't know if it can be properly expressed to people how frustrating it is to spend days, weeks, months making something, have it cleared, and then a week later. And here's the thing, fun fact, YouTube doesn't tell you sometimes when something gets copyright struck. So sometimes you'll just look and your earnings will be cut. Like, why is like my earnings have been like noticeably dropped? A video got copyright struck. They've been claiming everything for it the entire time it's been up, and we never told you.
I'll get a notification of like, hey, things are all cleared on that video that you uploaded an hour ago. I'm like, okay, cool. Check it again. Oh, yeah, it's actually been struck. Oh, okay, fab. Thank you.
And to know that you were literally going to earn £0 from it from the rest of the time it's on the site.
All of it's gone.
Because you use like 3 or 4 seconds of someone else's content.
And the biggest problem is, obviously, when it's released, it's fine if it tells us beforehand, but when it's released, like, we then can't upload that video or hide that video or whatever.
And if you do it,
because if we do it again, then you're missing out on whatever the first several hours of that views were. The analytics will be shit, and that video does poorly.
Yeah, like a comparison would be, imagine going and do a full day at work. Like you do a full day at work, and then like you turned up like 2 minutes late, and it's like, oh, you turned up 2 minutes late. We're docking your entire day's pay. So what? We're docking your entire day's pay. You turned up late. So what the fuck you mean you're docking it? I did the work. Yeah, but we don't want to pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you bothered by that?
Like, so yeah, we would appreciate just people sharing the love. That's all. You don't need to join the Patreon necessarily. We know that times are hard for everyone, just generally across the board. So we're not asking you to necessarily give us money unless you love the channel and have the money to give. We're not going to be mad. But yeah, it's one of those of like, I'm now working full time and doing Wiki Weekends.
Mostly, this isn't even my full time. I do like script writing in the background and editing.
Yeah, like this is literally our extra job on top of our job.
And then Fact Fiend's my extra job that I just do for fun. But that's something I made for fun. But ultimately, like, hey, if it doesn't make me any money, why the fuck would I do it? I spent months making that thing on and off. Why would I invest that time when I could invest it in anything else?
And obviously, we do appreciate the support we've already gotten, but it's one of those things of like, if you want to continue to see us make content, it is just a suggestion that maybe you find a way, be that supporting us financially or supporting us by just shouting at your friends to get us to watch them.
Do what my mum does.
It would be appreciated. If you want us to make more content, the content needs to be viewed.
Yeah, my mum watches these videos on her like 50-inch TV, and it's like, Mum, that's bigger than I am in real life. That's too much. In 4K as well, which is a higher definition than I am in real life.
I don't know the person's name off the top of my head, so I can't shout them out. But I did appreciate a comment recently of someone saying that we are on their TV more than Coronation Street is, and that their wife would be mad if we ever met them in real life.
We're that annoying.
Because we are on screen that much, and they would hear our voices. I'm like, you know what? That's a hero right there.
What I want them to watch it so much they get our logo screen burned in. So that guy is like, he's on like Reddit of like, does anyone know how to fix this? And he's got like a screen burn on his like OLED monitor of Pornhub.
If anyone can help me with
in there
my
all day,
TV,
aren't you, mate? You're in the masturbatorium all day. It's a job for you.
Honestly, if anyone can help me with my TV, that would be great. I've got like an Ambilight Philips TV, and only half the lights work on it.
I think I say it's also got Pornhub burned in.
I've got the Pornhub already burned in, but that's not a problem. That's not the problem I'm dealing with.
It just makes everything you watch seem more exciting. So you might think, when do I take the clothes off?
Broke on it. There's like 2 ribbon lights that ribbon wires or whatever that clearly get to the lights, and half the lights aren't working. So I presume it's that ribbon wire, but I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm scared of technology.
So I've got a smart TV, but I refuse to let it connect to the internet. And every couple of like months, it tries again. Of like, just set some Wi-Fi. Shut that shit up! You are not connected to the internet. Because I looked up a review, and the TV that I've got, if you let it connect to the internet, it starts displaying ads when you turn it on. I'm like, nope.
I made the mistake of, we had a family friend round, and we just leave the Wi-Fi code out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the little like card that they give you, that you just leave it on the side, right? Of just anyone can connect the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I just changed mine to be a funny word.
We've got hyper-optic, it's super fast, loads of people can get on it, it's no problem. And then, we let someone look after the dogs, and they logged into it on the TV, and now
Smart
my TV's just completely fucked. It's like, I was not signing in on the TV for a reason.
Yep. I'll pay. It's one of the reasons I've not gone and looked for getting another TV is because I know to buy a dumb TV that's not got smart TV features. It's an extra now because companies want you to have a smart TV because they want to be able to have that extra vector for advertising. And I'm like, you'll never win. I'll close my eyes when I get an ad playing. If I'm paying for a service that I'm specifically not asking for ads, it's really dangerous when I'm in like cars and stuff. But
the one thing I will do, I don't have super amounts of money to pay for like the massive super LG QLED TVs or anything. So if I want, my recommendation for the mid-range TV, low to mid-range TV that is still good, is, as I say, I got like the Philips Ambilight TV where instead of having to faff around with all like the cameras looking at what your screen is to put the LEDs on the backlight and stuff, it's just all integrated. And I love that like backlight shit. I think it's super cool and super immersive for watching like anime and playing games and stuff.
I'm the opposite of that. I want as few bells and whistles on my technology as possible. I want a fucking rectangle that does exactly what I tell it to do.
Well, I want that, but with the backlights.
I don't care
which
about that.
Is exactly what that TV gives. And yeah, unfortunately, I let the wrong person in my house.
You did indeed,
God
yes.
Damn it.
Right, so
Apparently.
Time for my wiki, though.
But yes, other than that, Karl, we will get to your wiki. We have ranted for long enough.
We have. So you talked about like Danny DeVito penguin biting someone's nose has been a formative memory for you, as a bit of a spooky moment. For me, I thought this is the final video for October where we're talking about scary things. I thought, let's talk about the movie that scared me the most as a kid. And it is Eight-Legged Freaks. And the reason it's not a video is because I did not want to rewatch a movie that primarily centers around the thing I'm most afraid of. Big-ass fucking spiders.
I was going to say, you are not a fan of spiders, right?
No. And also I know that a lot of people out there don't like spiders, so I knew if I made this a video, we talked about some videos aren't getting as many views as we'd expect. This one would tank our viewership because no one's watching a video. We're going to put in loads of clips of spiders.
Karl has added the arachnophobia accessibility mode on this video.
I do
not show spiders.
I do wonder why we don't have like more of those other fears or other like lifestyle choices. I know, for example, it was really funny for Cyberpunk because Cyberpunk, when I played through that, 'cause it was on sale for like a $5, which is about the price you pay for that game. Yeah. Something I noticed is that. Because I said I got it and I refused to update it. I'm playing the version they thought was acceptable to sell to people. Something really funny. It's like, I bet I didn't think about this. Is that so much of the game? It's like, you're a badass. Why don't you have a drink? And like, I want to say a good like 30 to 40% of the opening is your character in bars doing shots, drinking beers. And I went, this is a role playing game, right? What if I want to role play someone who doesn't drink? And I looked it up, and they released an update where you can say no, because you are offered a drink, I want to say, in the first couple hours, by every character you encounter. And they had to add in a new option, say, I don't want to have a drink, thank you, because clearly it was being written by, like, Joe, what's really badass? Drinking.
Like, obviously, not badass, but, like, also just...
Same as smoking as well. Smoking is another thing where your character's constantly smoking. It's like, I don't want to smoke, though. Smoking's lame.
It's really like a 80s view of life, I want to say. Of like, do you know what's cool? Drinking and smoking.
It's a lame person's idea of what cool is.
Yeah, like, I want to say that the generation younger than us and going on are a lot smarter and have realised that, like, maybe drinking and smoking isn't very cool. They also have fell into the trap of vaping, though.
Yeah.
So, there's give and takes.
Oh man, Joey mentioned like shit comedians earlier. Like Elephant Graveyard did an absolutely phenomenal teardown of a comedian where they reviewed their special and their review got more views than their special did. And that comedian like copyright struck the person who was reviewing it and it still has more views. But one of the details they point out is like, this dude is such a fucking loser. He smokes his vape like a cigarette. And as soon as you see it, you're like, this is the lamest guy ever. But he clearly thinks it's really cool to smoke his vape like a cigarette, and it's like, oh no, he's trying so hard to look cool when it doesn't work.
Yeah. I don't want to dunk on people too much, but I have seen way too many people working in a restaurant that are confused of the idea of like, what am I going to do? I can't vape. And I'm like, yeah, you'd have to do that outside. Like, it is the modern equivalent of the smoking ban coming in place 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And
that was hilarious. Like when you watch like old footage of that, like, what do you mean I can't smoke inside a restaurant? It's like, well, it smells and there's other people in there besides you. What do you mean there's other people besides me?
Yeah, like I still have memories as a kid of going into bars and like obviously there was the smoking area.
It's nice to have a smoke stuck in that area and just stayed where it belonged, like stayed in its lane.
Yeah, the smoke just stayed where it was meant to be. No, it was like you'd go into pubs and there'd be a smoking area inside, but obviously smoke moves, air travels, physics happens, and it's like, no, you just walk into a bar and it's smoke. And I cannot get over the fact that used to be a normality.
Yeah, it's wild to think, like, it was so ingrained.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you hear stories occasionally now, obviously it's less and less rare, but people will be like, I've moved into a person's house. That's the previous occupant spoke. So, like, when I was looking to buy this place I'm in now, one of the places I went to go look at, I walked in, and it was like walking into a fucking brick wall of just the moment I walked into the house, I could feel, it's like, I know the people who live here smoke weed. And I know the people who live here who smoke weed don't open their windows because they're smoking weed, and I can feel it. I could feel it in my hair. And as I'm walking around, it's like, it's a nice place. And I went, look, I know that the person is, like, someone's who's smoking. Would the owner be willing to pay to deep clean this place?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you mean? It's like, I pointed at the ceiling and went, the ceiling's not meant to be that colour, mate. It's going to cost me, it's going to cost a couple of grand to get this deep cleaned. Would the owner knock that off to pay to do it himself? It's like, there's no fucking way I'm moving in here if this carpet's still in it. I'm going to rip this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's baked in.
Yeah.
And the owner refused to do it. I went, good luck selling it.
Like, I am a person that would say that, like, you know, I have, some people on this podcast may have allegedly smoked or consumed weed, and had no problem with it. That's as far as I'm willing to detail. However, in the way that people smoke it in the UK, with like the mix of tobacco and weed, it creates a very horrible pungent smell.
It's also shit weed a lot of time as well. Some bum ass weed.
Probably shit weed, and it, I should say, it bakes in to everything.
And yeah, and like, I said, I could feel it. Like, when you walk into a place and you can feel it on your skin.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out and I went, I'm going to have to wash everything I'm wearing right now. I went home and got a shower. It's that bad. Anyway.
I'd rather have it in a gummy bear. But anyway,
yes.
Moving on.
So, Eight-Legged Freaks. And did you know that Eight-Legged Freaks had an alternate name?
No.
So, Eight-Legged Freaks, originally a Rack Attack.
A Rack Attack is really good.
Under which it was released in some parts of Europe. So apparently some versions were called a Rack Attack. It's not. Eight-Legged Freaks is way cooler.
Eight-Legged Freaks is a way better name to market yourself, but a Rack Attack is a cool sounding name.
It's a cool sounding name, and apparently in some locations it was marked as a Rack Attack. So it's not quite a Mandela effect, but there are a few people out there. I've mentioned like Eight-Legged Freaks once or twice on Fact Fiend, and every now and again I'll get a comment that I can see like, oh, it's called a Rack Attack where I'm from. I was like, no, it wasn't. And I look at, oh, it was. That's a fun interaction, but it's a 2002 monster comedy horror film. And the comedy, like, you know, your mileage may vary depending on how scared you are of spiders. And it stars David Arquette, Carrie Werher, Scott Terra, Doug E. Doug, and Scarlett Johansson.
Doug E. Doug?
Doug E. Doug and Scarlett. I like how that's the name you single out. Doug E. Doug.
It's a memorable name.
And Doug E. Doug is an American actor who does stand-up comedy.
Okay. Like, I obviously remember who Scarlett Johansson is, but I don't know who Doug E. Doug is.
Apparently he was in Cool Runnings, he's Sanka.
Oh, okay.
And he's also the voice of Bernie in A Shark Tale, and a stand-up comedian. But Basic plot.
A Shark Tale. The cast of that movie is
it's
so
weirdly
insane.
stacked. Yeah, it's like Will Smith, Angelina Jolie,
Robert De Niro,
Jack Black. Martin Scorsese has a cameo.
Yeah,
there's a jellyfish.
De Niro and Martin Scorsese turned up for a Shark Tale.
No, I think Martin Scorsese is a pufferfish.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's but Joe mentioned earlier of like the Joker just pushing Harley Quinn into like the vats. Like we need more vats. This is a classic monster movie trope and opening on a highway outside of a quiet mining town called Prosperity in Arizona. A truck driver swerves to avoid a rabbit, causing a barrel of toxic waste to land in a pond. We need more movies with toxic waste. What happened to all the toxic waste? It used to be such a common plot point in movies where toxic waste made a monster grow or made like shenanigans happen. We don't get toxic waste anymore.
The last time I remember it happening is that Daredevil movie from like 2005.
Oh, he gets it in his eyes, which is straight from the comics.
He gets it in his eyes.
Straight from the comics, yeah.
And then it drips underneath and creates a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Also, that's not a joke. That is canon. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, according to the creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, were caused of the same mutagen that blinded Daredevil, though they could never directly confirm it, because obviously it was a separate comic series. But the symbol, like the symmetry is there, because like the Ninja Turtles fight the Foot Clan, whereas the Daredevil fights the Hand. But yeah, toxic waste lands in a pond. Yeah. Crickets feed on the pond, or the stuff in the pond. So now you've got toxic crickets. They're collected by an exotic spider farmer. 1 week later, he shows Mike Parker, a local boy, his collection, including an enormous female orb weaver spider. So the spiders eat the crickets, which have got the toxic waste. They grow ginormous. Guy gets attacked. His spiders escape. Classic setup.
I mean, yeah, there's a few steps there, but I can see it.
What's it? Toxic waste. Like, and toxic waste is one of those like plot points of as soon as you introduce it, you can do anything because people don't know what it is. They don't understand it. It's like toxic waste made the spiders grow ginormous. Sure, I'll believe that. Toxic waste made the Incredible Hulk turn into the Incredible Hulk. It made the Ninja Turtles turn into Ninja Turtles. Sure.
It made Radioactive Man Radioactive Man.
It's a movie MacGuffin that I kind of want to see used more, just because it's so classic now. It's like it's gone all the way around, but it'd be cheesy. But I feel like if you embraced it, it'd be fun.
I think as well, bringing it into the MCU, just that time where I can't remember exactly what drips on him, but the guy that eventually became the leader in the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk movie.
Oh yeah, he gets like the weird,
like something dripped onto his brain, and his brain starts swelling.
Yeah, he gets like weird mutagen gel or something like that.
There's some like blood of Bruce Banner or like gamma radiation or something dripped onto his brain, and then they went, well, 20 years later or near enough, I think we should bring the leader back.
I do love though how it's, what does the toxic waste do? It means to have a massive fuck off head. Do you see as well? Like, have you ever looked at like the initial makeup test they did for that guy? And apparently it was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. They went, no.
Oh,
and keep in mind, it was too embarrassing for Brave New World, so you know it was bad. Imagine it being too embarrassing for Brave New World.
Well, it was embarrassing because they didn't just CGI him immediately.
CGI him, like, so give him a bigger head. I want him to have an even larger head. They should have CGI'd it bigger in every scene.
Can you imagine using the guy that played Gustav Fring as the Sidewinder in your universe?
I can't get over how many wasted opportunities Marvel's had of, like, we got Giancarlo Esposito in to play a no-name villain with a gun.
Literally.
He should have been the leader.
We've talked about comic books for so many years at this point. I've never even heard a reference to the Sidewinder. And yet you got, I should say, Giancarlo Esposito as that dude and wasted him within a third of a movie.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I get it early on when maybe you didn't realise that this was going to be like a full-on cinematic universe, and you know, you got like the wrong person for a couple of roles, maybe, but at this point, like, they got, like, it's the same as, like, Harry Styles, setting up Harry Styles for a character that's.
So do you think he can carry a movie? No, he can barely carry an album, and he's a musician.
Yeah, he couldn't carry the literal cameo he had.
Yeah.
And yeah, apparently they're going to set him up for being some random character that's going to come back at
He's never fucking coming back. But let's get now. Go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, the one that gets me is Charlize Theron.
Yes.
I just wasted her as, like, Doctor Strange's wife to never be seen again.
Never coming back. She's like the one at the end of, like, a Multiverse of Madness, right? Who's popped in and said...
It's fucking Charlize Theron. What are you doing?
Yeah. It's like... Just do what you do with Kate Blanchett and just put Charlize Theron in, like, an outfit like that and just let her lead the movie.
Yeah. But anyway, I've gone way off course.
Yes. So, the production of Eight-Legged Freak. So, director Ellery El-Kayem got the idea from his 1997 short film Larger Than Life, which also handled a spider fighting storyline. Surely it's from like those movies in the 50s, which is just, look out, giant spider!
Giant spider!
Like, insert giant animal is attacking people.
They even make fun of that trope in Lilo and Stitch, where there is, like, attack of the giant spider!
The attack of the 50-foot woman, attack of the giant spider, attack of the mole people.
And Stitch pretends to be fighting, like, oh cool, the giant spider invades the city, that's what I'm going to get an idea to do. And he recreates, like, that scene, but with little, like, building blocks and stuff. It's like, that was a movie from the early 2000s where, just Attack of the Giant Spider was a film to be memed on.
Yes. And in regards to like, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, I don't know who it is, but I know some director is trying to remake Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. And if not that, and I think they're going to draw some... it's not Gilligan's Island. Gulliver's Travels, that's it. Where it's like the guy gets the island of giant people.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping they lean into, like, speaking of horror and things that are just really, really unsettling. Something like often left out. I think Jack Black did Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah, are they doing that again?
No, but I think they're doing Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. But something like a detail from Gulliver's Travels.
Gulliver's Travels was like 10 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a detail from Gulliver's Travels about, like, the giant people. I'd love to see translated. Because in Gulliver's Travels in the novel, they talk about how the giant people, because they're so giant, you can see their pores. And you can see, like, the oil in their pores and, like, the hairs growing out like trees. And that level of, like, body horror, I'd love to see that explored in, like, Attack of, like, a giant person. Because I've never seen that in a movie.
No, it's pretty much just human scaled up.
Yeah.
Right.
And they never explore, like, okay, but surely, like, you know, your skin stretching or something like that. It's like, I think it'd be an interesting visual that would at least be something better than just giant person runs around causing havoc, because we've got plenty of those.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's larger than life. So I guess he made a short film about spiders, but there's been plenty of giant thing attacks location. And for you, Lucas, what would be the creature that you would not want to be ginormous and causing havoc in your place, like where you live? Because I think for me, it would be spiders. If there were just foot-wide spiders trying to get into my apartment right now, I would be like, no.
For me, it would be wasps.
Sorry, how big? How big do they need to be where they're scary? Because I think if spider-wise, if they were like 20 foot wide, at that point, that's a city bus. And I'm not viewing it so much as a spider as I am just a giant thing. But I think like about a foot wide, like a couple of foot wide, I can still recognise it as a spider. That freaked me the fuck out.
I get freaked out by wasps that are wasp size. So, you know, as people can see on my screen, like an inch tall.
Like size of your thumb.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think there's... For example, I'm playing Pokemon, and I like Mega Beedrill.
Yes.
But that's fictional and cannot touch me. I think Mega Beedrill's like super cool, and I love having this big giant 5 foot plus Mega Beedrill.
So a human sized bee, that'd still be scary to you. I think there's a sweet spot right now where it's really fucked up. Like those like Japanese hornets.
Yeah,
I think I'd be way more freaked out than that than like one the size of like a car.
I think
because the one the size of a car, I can avoid it. I can like it's big, but I know it's there.
I think I'd be more freaked out by one that's like 6 inches to a foot.
That's it. There's a sweet point, right? A sweet spot
that could still probably sneak up on you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's with spiders, where a spider the size of a building. I know it's not going to get into my house. I know a spider the size of a car is not going to get into my house. A foot-wide spider, though, that could. And all it makes me think of is those videos you see of like people in Australia and stuff like, it's just a fucking spider on my wall. And it's like the size of like both hands spread out.
Yeah.
And like, the thing about that freaks me out is, how did that get in? How did it get in, and how do you not notice until it was there?
That's the scarier thing about spiders, is you mentioned that, like, specifically spiders, wasps, kind of a little bit dumb when it comes to getting in places. Spiders are so clever that, like, foot-long spiders can just get into your house without you noticing.
But I think if they were much bigger than that, they'd be so large that they get to the point where I no longer recognise it as a spider. If that makes sense to anyone listening at home.
Like, 100% though, you need to be more scared of a 3-foot spider than you do of like a 3-foot wasp. Because the wasp is just going to fly.
I think it'd be the noise the wasp would make though. So do you know when a bug flies past your ear and it's like, I hate that feeling. I imagine the noise like a foot-high wasp is going to make like bzzz.
I recently had got awoken in the middle of the night by like a crane fly / daddy long legs, depending on where you are, and it buzzed right past my ear, and it woke me up in the middle of the night out of my sleep because I was that freaked out about the noise.
Yeah, I hate that feeling.
And imagine that, but it's 10 times louder.
Yeah. And I think, audience at home, same question, let us know, like, the thing you'd be scared of and, like, how big what would be the limit on how big it is before it stops being, for you, recognised, the thing you're scared of, and just becomes, like, it's more just a giant thing that you're scared of. Like, so for me, like, whales, I'm freaked the fuck out by whales, but just because they're so large that the sheer scale of them makes me feel tense, because it wouldn't even notice that I was there when it ate me or knocked me over. I know it wouldn't, but that's the fear I have. Whereas a shark, I'm scared it's a shark and it would get me. But if there was a shark like the size of a whale, I wouldn't be scared it's a shark, I'd be scared because it's so big.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Like, in regards to spiders, though, there is, like, one of the reasons I thought, what would be my biggest fear? It'd be giant spiders. It's because I was walking, like, a couple of nights on the bounce, like, last week. I was going for a jog, and I was walking past my neighbour, and right above their door was a fucking massive spider. I'm talking like the size of my palm, directly above their door. And all I could think was, if that was my house, and I could see it had made a web to the guy's, like, door, and I went, I know that at some point, that guy's going to open his door, and that's going to drop down on him. And you know what? It's not my problem. But I just, in my head, I was thinking, I'm so fucking glad that's not my house. I don't think I'd have left if that was my house. Oh, you right there, mate?
Yeah, a bit tired.
Like I say, you look like you were looking for the spider. It's going to get you.
No, yeah. I was just a little bit tired and just, like, kind of...
You did seem to glaze over a little bit, and I thought it was scaring you with my spooky story about spiders.
Yeah, I've just clearly not slept enough because I've had awful shift pattern lately. But
in which case, then, let's just jump through some like the information in here, because there's some fun stuff, and I wouldn't want the audience to leave without hearing about a rack attack. So, oddly enough, the title of Rack Attack was changed because the film was released in, I have it here, 2002, and they thought that the name Iraq Attack was too reminiscent of Iraq Attack.
Oh,
and they thought post 9/11,
obviously, like post 9/11, yeah,
probably not the best thing. So they changed the title to Eight-Legged Freaks, which is a line David Arquette, one of the film's stars, ad-libbed in the movie while fighting a giant rubber spider, where he says, and I quote, "Get back, you eight-legged freaks."
I don't know whether there is some kind of like story. Obviously, there is, but David Arquette, like, kind of just dropped off.
I think he's probably his wife makes enough money, right? His wife's on fucking Friends.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is like, is it just that he married Courtney Cox? Or is it that something else happened? I'm not aware. But, like, David Arquette was in so many things, like, late 90s, early noughties.
I get the feeling something bad happened, so I've just clicked on him. And one of the titles is, or one of the things he was in like 2020 is called You Can't Kill David Arquette.
Right.
So I get the feeling maybe he had some sort of accident.
They were in The Quarry.
Yeah. Maybe he's just tired of acting. He made enough money.
Yeah. No, they made a lot of money, and obviously their partner did as well. Like, Courtney Cox.
He says he's in a couple of bands.
Friends money.
He's in like he did wrestling, like for a little while because he was like really big. He's really big. He was the World Heavyweight Championship. Do you know like in Friends where Monica?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was in WCW as like a world champion. He was like a storyline.
David Arquette was a world champion.
Yes, did you know in like Friends where Monica dates that guy who's like, I want to be the ultimate, and it's Jon Favreau.
It's Jon Favreau, yeah.
I want to be the ultimate fighting champion. That was like a swipe at Courtney Cox, like dating a guy who was it's like, I want to be in the WWE, so he was writing storylines for them. And he wrote him
David Arquette.
David Arquette, yeah.
Champion.
Like on his Wikipedia page, his picture on his Wikipedia page is him doing a drop kick.
But like, he doesn't seem like a big guy or anything.
No, but he went on like WCW and did a drop kick because he loved it, and that's what that Friends storyline's referencing.
Oh,
yeah, it's referencing them.
I didn't know that. Like,
it's the thing most people know, because he says here, like, on his Wikipedia page, as a professional wrestler, he's best known for his panned year 2000 stint in World Championship Wrestling, where he won the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, headlining the Slamboree pay-per-view event, and appearing in WWE and on the independent wrestling circuit. So it's like he was very poorly received.
Like,
is it blowing your mind? Well, oddly enough, it wasn't very good.
I genuinely did not know this about David Arquette.
Just wrote himself in.
And maybe
I don't think he wrote himself, but I think some writer he knew was writing him into it. He was a huge wrestling fan. And he's talks about, look, I know it was poorly received, but if you would have told childhood me I had a chance to be a wrestler and I didn't take it, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Like, and he tried his best.
I respect that move.
He tried his best, and like obviously he wasn't the best wrestler, and they made him a champion. But fuck it.
I mean, can't be worse than what Logan Paul did.
Exactly right. Like it's not like wrestling's not had its share of embarrassment since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. It was called a Rack Attack and changed to 8-Legged Freaks.
Did you see? You don't keep up with internet drama.
I try not to.
I'm very aware.
We talked earlier. I've got no like stress lines on my head, and I've still got a full head of hair. Yeah. That's why.
Do you remember the Try Guys?
Yes.
And there was that one guy that had been cheating on his wife and all that.
Yes. So I don't keep up with internet drama, but I have friends who do, and they just tell me about it. And I say, give me the Cliff Notes version. What's the funny stuff? Also, is there anything that I might get brought up in a video that I might have to talk about? So I do know this one.
Yeah. So me being one of the people that will inform you on this shit, he launched a podcast, because that's what you do when you're disgraced.
We should get him on.
And he did one episode where he brought his ex back on.
Yeah.
And she ripped the shit out
I saw,
of him.
Like, my friend sent me the out of context clip, and it's where he's like, I might be a podcaster, and I think his wife says something like, or his ex-wife says, do you think you're interesting enough to do that? And it's just ice cold.
And like, he asked her, like, well, I did this for this reason, do you forgive me? And she was like, no. Absolutely fucking not.
No.
And then
balls exposed on stream.
But fully. And then the next thing I saw was people being like, why the fuck is like this Ned guy from the Try Guys in my AEW wrestling?
He's trying to do wrestling now.
And he was doing wrestling, and it's like, and he was like the Nasty Ned or some shit like this.
Imagine being so uninteresting So I think I saw like the Cliff Notes version of like the dude was so fundamentally uninteresting, he made his entire personality about his wife. And that's what made him cheating on his wife so shocking, and also...
Yeah, because the entire point of his character, quote unquote, was, I have a wife, and that was it. And then he cheated on his wife. And that was all he had.
And now he don't anymore, does he?
And now he's an AEW wrestler.
No way.
It's like the Nasty Ned or some shit.
Oh, man, imagine his move. He should call his move like the ex-wife and take half your money.
It's called chlamydia giver. That's pretty cool.
I call this one the HR nightmare, and just goes to a member of the crowd and starts kissing them. Let's go. That's it.
What Belland?
It's more. It's like I'm aware of it. Like I love that quote of like, everything I've learned about this person has been against my will. But that one's quite funny because I remember like
very funny.
Like vicariously hearing that through the grapevine and seeing the story. Because obviously you can't ignore it. If you're front page of Reddit, you're gonna see this shit as and when it happens. And just it's so fucking funny.
And it wasn't even like a promo thing or anything. It was people posting, why is this dipshit in my AEW ring right now?
He's trying the limit.
It's so funny.
It's like, he's so divorced. Maybe he could be the divorced guy. Go on Reddit. Maybe that's a gimmick he can use.
He's going to have to go the Ross from Friends route.
Oh man, become known as like Ross the Divorce Force. Let's go.
The Divorce Force.
Divorcer. Is that the greatest Phoebe line where she just like looks and goes, I don't need to help you, divorcer, when he gets really mad about it? Do that. Just become a divorce.
We all know that Phoebe's the best character.
She is. I like the idea as well that everyone's like, does she think Phoebe had other friends? It's like, yeah, she's probably not even, they're not even her best friends.
I think, I don't like the retcon part of it, but I do think it's fucking hilarious when Phoebe's like, yeah, I beat the shit out of you, Ross, when I was a mugger when I was in my teenage years.
She got him.
She just beat the shit out of him.
Like nerdy teen boys with my meat. I got him.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, maybe if that like Ned guy, is it Ned?
I think Ned.
Nervous
Ned. Yeah.
What's his nickname going to be then? Now he's divorced his wife.
Nervous Ned.
Nervous Ned. That could be his gimmick, right? Try to sleep with the other wrestlers' wives. He's good at that.
I think it was like Nasty Ned.
Nasty Ned.
Promoed as.
That's what they call his dick.
But
Nasty Ned. No one's touching that.
Yeah, the only thing nasty is the STDs is going to keep you.
Oh, he's doing it.
He's trying to play himself as a bad boy.
You can't spell STD without D. And what's that? Is it right in Ned? So you rearrange Ned though, what you get at the end? As in the end of the relationship.
He's trying to play himself as like this bad boy character. And it's like...
He's certainly a bad boy. He's bad at being a boy.
Yeah. He's just bad at being a person.
Yeah, I did see like the attempted rebrand. Yeah, I was like, you can't ignore this stuff if you're online because you kind of have to be aware of it. I saw the attempted rebrand of I'm going to interview cancelled people, and I saw that clip of his ex saying, "Do you think you're interested enough to do that?" And she's right.
And like he did one episode of a podcast where it was essentially his ex roasting him. And he gave up immediately.
It feels like they probably had, like, when they were in court or whatever, deciding on child support. It's like, she probably argued, like, look, I get to kick you in the balls once. I don't want to be getting kicked in the balls. Like, I want to film it. I want to put it on. It's like, can we not do something else? Like, I want to metaphorically kick you in the balls then.
Yeah.
Why would you agree to that? Why? Like, is he that desperate to be famous? He's agreeing to let everyone see his ex-wife just absolutely fucking rinse him.
I had that one chance of a rebrand, and I let my ex-wife come on and ruin me.
So he's that desperate to be famous?
Absolutely good for her, because I'm so glad she just nailed him.
I've experienced it a handful of times. Like in my writing days, there was a couple of the writers who got ousted for being like sex pests. Like, if you care that much, you can go find them. Like you can go find the stories, but like there's a couple of them where just. They had the wherewithal to continue writing, but not publicly. They wrote under pseudonyms, or they ghost wrote, or they just didn't go on like stuff where they were like columnists and were front facing. Then like one of them just kept trying to come back and just seemingly couldn't accept that, you can't walk this back.
Mm-hmm.
You can't walk back what you did because people will Google your name and see this. Yeah. They couldn't get it. It's like, but no, what about if I try? It's like, it's not going to work. It was in HD. Yeah. It's the most DNED. We saw it.
I can't.
It's like twitch.tv/Ned's Balls. 4K. For posterity, it's there.
Maybe you can just come back with
okay, so get back to a rack attack. So you got yourself that. Do it. And it mentions that the spiders using the film. I like the listing of spiders, like the cast. They have a jumping spider, an orb weaver spider, a tarantula, a trapdoor spider, a spitting spider, fuck off, and a tiger wolf spider. I've looked and they all look fucking terrifying. Except for the jumping spider, which they're quite cute.
Obviously, you would think they're terrifying.
Except for, I think jumping spiders are kind of cute because they're the furry ones.
Spiders. Are they the little furry ones?
The little furry ones like that, and you always see like videos of people like, oh, I saw a jumping spider, and they have one like they're thinking they jump and get like a fly or something, but they're so small that they're kind of cute. But in the film, they're ginormous, of course.
Oh no, yeah, I know what you mean with jumping spiders. I've just googled it and like
they're kind of cute.
There's literally a couple of channels that I follow where it's just updates on the jumping spiders being super cute and giving them little voices and stuff. And they're so cute. I'm not a massive, I'm not a massive like person that's like afraid of spiders or anything like that. I quite like spiders, and jumping spiders are very, very cute.
Yeah, well, like some spiders I'm not bothered by. I've talked about tarantulas. I think tarantulas are so big and so furry, and they move very slowly. I'm okay with tarantula. If there was a tarantula in the room, I'd be less scared of that than I would of, say, those huntsmen. I think it's specifically the longer the legs. That's what freaks me the fuck out. That's what I don't like.
See, for me, the more kind of the smaller the spider and the legs are, the scarier they are because they seem like they're going to be the venomous ones.
Like, I think,
like, I can't deny that if a huntsman just appeared on my wall one day,
I'd be game over.
I would freak the shit out. Yes. I'm sure. I don't mind spiders, but I'm sure if that appeared on my wall, I would be gone.
Yeah, and I wouldn't, as I said, I would not be comfortable with a tarantula, but when I go to, like, you go to the zoo or there's like the reptile or creepy crawly house, I can look and see like through the glass and see like a tarantula and be okay with that. When they have like the orb weavers and stuff like that, I'm not going to be fucking anywhere near that cage. I don't even want it to be near it. But I can see the appeal, like not the appeal, but I can appreciate the beauty of the tarantula.
Mm-hmm.
They also feel like a tarantula seems to like stay in its lane. I feel like tarantulas will stay in their lane where the huntsman, like, you never hear stories about a tarantula getting in someone's house.
Yeah,
it must happen, but you don't hear, like, whenever you see those videos on like Reddit or whatever, like there's a big ass spider in my house. It's never a tarantula.
Yeah, I guess so. Probably not. Like, I've not seen too many stories about that, but I'm sure tarantulas can also have the capability of that.
Yes.
All spiders are sneaky and scary.
They are, yes, but there's a hierarchy of what I'd find scarier. Like, as I talked about the size of like the spider, there's a certain point where I stop being scared because it's a giant spider and I'm scared because it's a giant thing that I don't want near me.
Yeah, it's kind of like familiar with when I talk about the fact that like I'm not scared of like moths and stuff, but when one just decides to fly at your face,
so what are you doing?
It's like inherently that's going to scare me. It's when just some relatively, to my eyes, large thing just flies at me.
It's like, get out of personal space. Come on. Yeah, stay in your lane.
It's going to freak me out. I might not be scared of it, but it's still going to make me
I don't want you near
jump,
me.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a jump scare.
It's like, I'm not scared of butterflies, but have you ever been to a butterfly house and seen the ones that are like the fucking size of dinner plates? They're just like, I don't like how big that is, and I feel like not only is it something that's really big, but also very frail. And I feel like I don't want it near me because if I like bat at it, it's gonna like explode.
Yeah.
And then I'm a dick for like attacking a butterfly, but it's like, it's fucking, stay away. And just in regards to staying away, like, the film was received quite well. The release, it mentions here that it was originally going to be released in March, but they changed the date because they didn't want it to compete with Ice Age. Okay. Apparently that was its main competition. There was also a video game adaptation called Eight-Legged Freaks, Let the Squashing Begin, for PC and Mac. And then a cancelled sequel. There's not a lot to say about Eight-Legged Freaks. I just thought...
No, we often talk about the fact that, like, every movie back in the day just used to get a licensed game, right?
Yeah, but I just thought
that just doesn't exist anymore.
And this isn't like... I think Arachnophobia is the one more people... It's probably more about Arachnophobia to write about, because that did pop off. That's like John Goodman and stuff, but I remember Eight-Legged Freaks specifically being the one that, as a kid, I watched it and went, fuck this.
Yeah.
Like the old Iraq attack. But Lucas, I can tell you're flagging, and you need to be on the ball when the spiders come in, when the tarantulas come in. So I think we can call it there for today.
I'm just apparently very tired today.
He's been bitten. The tarantula, they got him. But we can wish our audience a happy Halloween. Go check out like the Discord. Hopefully I can get like, I've got my mate who was already doing like some checks of, I'm looking, maybe I've got some hair dye.
Okay. Well, make sure you post that like in the Discord and all that.
Yes. So do you get like a big comedy knife as well? I'm also looking for like two big, I don't know how to buy like fake, like loaves of slices of bread so I can call people idiot sandwich.
I don't know if you'll be allowed into places
with bread.
You have a big fake knife with you.
Yeah, well, initially, it's Halloween.
The bread you might be fine with.
It's Halloween.
The bread you might be okay with. The knives, maybe not so.
So my costume initially was going to be Steve Irwin. I wanted to go with Steve Irwin with like the khaki pants and shorts. But I thought if I do that, I looked at getting like a giant inflatable crocodile and went, I'm never getting anywhere with that. That's going to be either told you're not taking that in or that's gone. Someone's grabbing that second one and it's like you're just a dipshit wearing khaki shorts.
Yeah, fair. And I will be, spending my night just hopefully giving Pokemon cards to people.
Without the tarantulas coming in.
No scariness. No, my crocodile's being stolen from me or anything.
Oh, man. So, just to think, it happened to my mum once. I thought my mum had died. It's the loudest I've ever heard my mum scream. Like, she's legit, I thought she died because I was upstairs and she was screaming bloody murder downstairs. She'd opened the door and a fuck-off spider had dropped down and landed right on her.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And she, like, destroyed half the kitchen, like, trying to get it off her. So I just thought that's like someone broke it. It's like, no, saw a spider. It's like, you know what? Valid crash out.
Yeah.
And she just said, like, if your dad asks, you tell him what happens. Like, you saw a spider, and my dad came home and saw the mess, and I went, saw a spider. Yeah, makes sense. That tracks. The spider did it. Lucas, the spider broke into my house and attacked my mum.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
Oh, I'll say that.
That's what it did. It got her. Cheers, everybody. See you all next time. What a story, Karl or Lucas. That sure was a great video.
I wasn't sure what you were doing for a second.
So welcome to our shout-outs to our big PPs over on Patreon. And PP stands for Patreon Producer. We call them PPs because it's funny to say.
Carl, they're the big PP.
They are the big PPs, yes. And if you would like to become a big PP, you can follow the links found below to become a member of our Patreon and hear your name be shouted out like we're about to do now. And the first name to shout out, Lucas, is someone who's taken a gauntlet I threw down on the ground many, many months ago and decided to put a piece of poo in it and then slap me across the face with it by creating ever more elaborate and difficult tongue twisters. So the first person I need to shout out is, through rough, cough, sloughing snuffles, brought tough, thought-fraught throngs through slough, slight altins suppose the stress. And it appears that their name got cut off by the character limit over on Patreon, so do be aware of that. But I think I nailed that tongue twister. I also like as well, like referencing slough in a tongue twister. It's slough.
Or imagine being able to be magically whisked away to Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
And I'm going through some rough coughs at the moment, so it's quite fitting. So if I sound a little bit off, I'm just ill still, and I still want to be here to just shout out everyone and give, thanks for support. So,
yes, literally fighting through illness. And before we did this, Lucas just looked at me like, Karl, I don't think I'm going to make it.
But the next person we have to thank for their lovely support is Daddy Grunt. And Karl, obviously, we could acknowledge Daddy part of Daddy Grunt, but I'm just going to say, in terms of grunting, in terms of, acting, what's your favourite kind of, effort in a video game or whatever?
There's a couple for me. I do like the efforts for Isaac Clarke in the Dead Space game. Because all of his grunts of just to the point where he literally starts shouting "fuck you" if you swing around his gun enough.
I was going to make a joke of I like the noises that the grunts make in Halo when they're just and screaming.
What's your favourite grunt scream and why is it not again when they get hit by a plasma grenade? And the next person to shout out is somebody who has taken that poo-poo covered gauntlet I mentioned earlier, picked it back up off the floor and slapped me across the other cheek by coming up with a name that is a series of words in a language I do not speak. So let's give that a go, shall we? So, next person to shout out is Tinakui Hochata Oxilane Tomi Sema Sikapatia Ta Nitla Maktia Ipan Kalta Maktilioyan. And if I've mispronounced that, I'm very, very sorry. If you can't tell, I'm very bad at pronouncing words I'm not familiar with. So I deeply apologise for my bad pronunciation, but I do get the feeling that the person who picked that as their name on Patreon kind of wanted to see me fail a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Just the thing is, just a little bit. Yeah. Not too much where we're going to get cancelled for have you heard how bad that pronunciation is, but enough where they can be like, look at this fucking dude just struggle.
Playa, Yakur.
Of the volcano. Aya Fiatla Yurga. Here.
Eja Fiatla
Joku.
I mean, speaking of struggling, Karl, I don't even have words for the next shout out, so...
That's what I mean. People have these gauntlets. I feel like there's multiple gauntlets now with multiple kinds of poo in them that people are throwing at us left and right. So the next person has not even submitted a name. They've submitted a story told via emojis. So Lucas, what is this story?
I don't necessarily know what the story is. I can't quite grasp it, but it does appear to be a series of faces made out of punctuation. So I'm going to do my best to describe what I see.
So Lucas, I now get to say one of my favourite lines from one of my favourite bad game shows. Say what you see.
£290. What do you think it is? Tip the waiter.
I see burning dragon, uwu face, happy face, glasses face, maybe butt cheeks, little jazz hands face, and then an angry face throwing a table at a very scared looking face. Yeah, did I just absolutely fail at getting the prize in catchphrase?
No one will ever fail harder than just a snake charmer. We mention it all the time. I'm putting the clip in again.
Means concentrate. Here we go. Sean, snake charmer.
And the next person to shout out is Rosalindus Memphis. And we need to shout out Rosalindus Memphis, one, for their long-time support, because I recognise this name. It's been in multiple of these big PP shout-outs. And also for just having a nice, short, easy-to-pronounce name that doesn't embarrass myself or Lucas.
True.
And I mentioned in the last big PP shout-out, I do try to put in a fun clip for each person's name when we shout them out. And the one I keep trying to put in for Rosalindus Memphis is a song with the word Memphis in it.
I find it funny, Karl, because I said months and months ago now that you're going to regret throwing this challenge down so hard, and now here we are. But somebody else that has kept it simple is Kicking Bucket, who also has decided to, I think it was last month, they added in also having a table flip emote in there. So we've got multiple little angry table flip emotes in there.
And Kicking Bucket is a euphemism for, just eating shit. So Lucas, what's the most you've eaten shit recently in a video game?
I mean, I've been playing Hollow Knight Silk Song, Karl. So
say no more.
All I can see in my head is just Hornet, just Shah.
Well, for me, it's Borderlands, because I bought Borderlands 4, and I shit you not, it won't boot up.
Oh my god.
It crashes on boot if you're connected to the internet.
It just dies. It kills itself.
Literally, like as soon as you start the game, it crashes on boot. So I think the entire game refusing to play. That's like the entire game just died. It's great. Amazing. Fuck you, fix that shit, Randy. Premium games, premium players, they won't even boot up without being connected to the internet. Fucking legendary. The next person to shout out is Lucille DeSteele. And Lucas, I've kind of been, taking the reins on this one because Lucille DeSteele is another long-time supporter, and I keep putting in clips of real steel. So instead of me putting in a clip from one of my favourite comfort movies, guilty pleasure movies, whatever you want to call it, what's a guilty pleasure / comfort movie for you? I can put a clip in from.
Hopefully you can get away with putting a clip in, but my answer is going to be Lilo and Stitch, and not because it's necessarily a guilty pleasure film, but more I take a lot of guilty pleasure in the amount of just Stitch merchandise I constantly buy.
Yeah, and I'd say you get to pick which clip I'm going to put in, but it's of course where Lilo just absolutely goes to town on that little girl and starts delivering the hammer fists.
You're crazy.
Why do they not teach the little girl playing Lilo in the live action reboot MMA shit so she could just deliver the beatdown of all beatdowns?
So this is where you get her in the arm lock. Oh god. And the next person we have to thank, Karl, is Bee of Awesome, who has provided the answer to the riddle that they provided last month, which I'm a big fan of. The idea of giving us a month worth of setup and then a month worth of payoff.
And Lucas, would you like to remind people of the riddle they posed to us last month? Because that's another fun thing people are doing with the big PP shout-outs of posing questions and riddles to us that we have to answer. It's like, answer me my riddles 3.
So Bee of Awesome, the answer to last week's riddle, what lies on the ground 100 feet in the air? It is an upside-down centipede. And
I should have seen that one come in.
Yeah, I read that and was like, how does that make any sense? Why would there be any...
We admitted to not cheating. We could have cheated for that riddle and made us look really smart, but we figured we could cheat for the riddle and look smart, but then people are going to see us try and pronounce these foreign words and just then know we're not that smart. But the next person to shout out is ghost emoji, little ghost emoji, and it is spooky month. Lucas, do you have a favourite ghost or character who is now a ghost? That's not going to be too much of a spoiler.
Well, I'm going to go with Pokemon, as I do love Pokemon, and I'm going to say Mimikyu, because
that's fair.
It's quite fitting for October, I'd say. It's in permanent outfit of Pikachu cosplay, because if it's not
wearing a Halloween costume, right?
It's literally wearing a Halloween costume, but if the Halloween costume falls off, everybody dies.
I know it can't be, but could it be? Pikachu's hair!
And then next person we have to thank, Karl, is Split Screen, another person that has just, gracefully not punished us, so I have to thank them for that.
And their name is Split Screen, and we are in Spooky Month, as mentioned. So, Lucas, is there a favourite example you have of what I like to refer to as scream acting, which is where actors just scream real loud and it's very convincing, or, at the very least, entertaining?
Well, my favourite moment of scream acting is in the movie Scream, where they...
I knew it. I knew it. When Matthew Lillard just gnaws on the scenery. Yeah,
yeah, of course. The faking death moment, just, the reveal. It's yeah.
That's right. You gave it up. Now you're no longer a virgin. That virgin. Now you gotta die. Those are the rules.
My favourite example of proper scream acting is Shalto Copley in District 9, where he's just screaming in with his really broad South African accent, "Fuck you, you fucking prawns!" He's so good. He spends half that movie just fucking screaming, and then the other half annihilating people with pigs launched at Mach 3.
Not the Mach 3 pigs.
No one wants the Mach 3 pig. Except for Shalto Copley, because he's fucking prawns! And last but not least, we have to shout out Ranma Satami. And it's really fun as well, because when I booted up my computer this morning to start work, I saw we had a Patreon subscribe, and it was Ranma Satami. I'm that's perfect. Me and Lucas are doing the shout outs later today. They picked us at the post and got it at the last possible second to get their name in the credits.
There's my name right there.
Ranma Satami.
Looks more like Brad Storch. No, it says Betty. Betty Symington. That's for taking credit for other people's work.
We appreciate the support of our big PPs. Our PPs are just everyone who watches these videos, especially if you're watching it to the end and seeing us talk now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time.